5430, yeah.
Yeah, I'm dialing it now. Okay, hi.
Hi.
Nice to see you. What's
How
going
are
on?
ya?
Oh, I didn't sleep a wink.
Oh,
That's all
great.
right. Mm-hmm. That was...
Wonder why.
Insomnia day.
Yes.
Insomnia night, I guess. But it wasn't a mandatory last
Yeah,
night, and
usually
that should put you out if you did the right job, right? You did your job right, I guess.
Hey, maybe I didn't do it well enough. I don't know.
Wow.
Slacking.
Maybe I felt I was running it over in my head a couple thousand times, trying to figure out where I went wrong.
What?
Not talking about last night. I'm talking about my life.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm talking about last night. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway,
Right.
yeah, I was up all night, computer,
That's what it was.
Max porn. And I was also playing chess against a guy in Germany. That's how bored I was, Terry.
Chess?
Oh, yeah. I'm like, you can chat while you're playing.
Yeah,
And people, trash talk like they do with Xbox and all that stuff. See, I can't do anything that makes a lot of noise when everyone's sleeping.
Sure.
I guess I could have played video games, but I wasn't. I was at the computer, and I wound up playing chess against this guy in Germany, and he writes, "Where are you from?" And then find out he's from Germany. I'm like, "Oh, what chance do I have?"
Okay, checkmate, done.
Right.
Night-night.
How soon do you get to what are you wearing?
I don't know who you're playing against.
Never played before.
What's your chat?
Bear
about?
chess.
That's all right.
Bear chess.
Bear poker was last night. If you heard gay phone operator on the air today, but
Yeah.
that never came up.
We had a great time last night.
All right. Yes. You get a flush.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I was holding my pair.
Wow. All right. Jeez.
Someone else referred to it as a flush.
Yeah, that's right.
But anyway,
It was eventually.
yeah, right. All right. Well, that's fascinating. Don't worry about me, Terry. I'll be fine.
I'm not worried
It's
about
a
you.
Friday morning. Well, I thought you were worried about my lack of sleep. No,
I am. I always am.
I'll sleep all through the weekend, or
Good.
probably not. But anyway,
All right.
yeah. It should be a fascinating show, don't you know?
Yeah, always.
Fascinating.
I have no idea what's going to happen today, so I'm just pretty much talking out of my ass. But who knows?
Okay.
I'm assuming something interesting will happen.
Sure.
Yesterday, 9 o'clock hour, who would have known that a lady would call up so traumatized by her 12-year-old daughter watching her pee?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I was tossing and turning over that.
Maybe you were.
Because I did fall asleep for like an hour and a half or so.
All right.
And then just woke up because of some weird dream I was having. Maybe I couldn't remember what it was. Maybe that was it.
Maybe actually you got traumatized by the whole thought of that for that lady.
Yeah.
Maybe that was it.
Right. I was calling her crazy.
There you are, middle of the night, going, dang.
No, I don't think that was it. I don't know what it was. Anyway, we'll come back. We'll get things started right after these words.
The T-Man Show.
He made People's new Sexiest Man Alive issue. Now more
Oh, yeah,
clues.
thank
Hottie
you.
Jake Gyllenhaal's off the market and getting really serious with Reese Witherspoon. Hollywood's so in love. New couple
Yeah.
are on a romantic getaway in California wine country.
I mean, wasn't it just, a year or so ago that Reese Witherspoon was the happiest married woman in the world, Terry? And then the breakup, and now she's so just head over heels with Jake Jiggleballs, Terry. Is there something wrong with that in itself, or what?
Why is it wrong?
Because you can't be truly as happily married as you proclaimed, have it go south so quick,
Right.
and then jump right into the next relationship and be so in love again.
Oh, finally, her soulmate.
Yeah, finally.
I thought that was my soulmate, and up to a few seconds ago, I assumed he was, but then he screwed up and showed me his true colors. So this was really my soulmate. Now I'm really in love. How do you take that seriously?
Well, I think it was, maybe their marriage had been on the rocks for a little bit before.
Well, she made it seem like everything was beautiful, and up
Right.
to the minute that he strayed like a madman, like every man is dreaming or actually actively doing.
Probably
She
more
made it
actively.
seem like they couldn't have been the happier married couple in Hollywood history,
Right.
Terry.
Well, I know that they had gone through counseling for a little bit in time at one point, and then things were doing way better, and then the next thing you know,
I mean,
like
she's
you
the
said.
conservative, wholesome type that's supposed to be the true love-ish type woman. And fine, that I'm not saying that can't implode on you. I'm not saying that can't bite you in the ass.
Right.
But then you can't run out like 2 seconds later and then be so deep in love again.
But you know how Hollywood is. Everything always happens like this. Everybody seems
she's
so
supposed to be the
happy.
anti-Hollywood, though. That's my point. She was supposed to be the beacon of hope as far as Hollywood stars is concerned, because she's got her act together. Well, I'm not so sure.
He made People's new Sexiest Man Alive issue. Now more clues. Hottie Jake Gyllenhaal's off the market and getting really serious with Reese Witherspoon.
She's as batty in the head as any one of them.
Hollywood's so in love. New couple are on a romantic getaway in California wine country, and we're showing and telling.
Oh, thank you.
They're holding hands, gazing adoringly at each other, and she's even affectionately rubbing his back. Hey guys, your undercover romance is a secret no more.
Oh, yeah. Wow, they've been exposed.
He just had a little kink in his back, working it out for him.
Tell you, whoever that was, Inside Edition, I don't even know. Access Hollywood, everyone's feeling the heat from TMZ.
That's right, because they're on top of it.
Yes. Huh?
Actually,
So is Jake Sugarballs. Anyway.
Well, can't you at least be happy for her?
I'm happy, fine. She's happy, I'm happy too. I can care less. I don't spend much time thinking about it. Just now. That's all.
All right.
First time I actually have given it any thought. But I just know that she is gone up against Britney Spears, calling her basically white trash and making bad decisions and how her life is a joke and blah, blah, blah. And now I'm just saying, hey, don't be acting like you're the conservative, wholesome, good girlish, goody two-shoes, and then now your life just seems to me like it's as in turmoil as anyone's out there. You can't go from being so perfectly married and in love. Fine, if it doesn't, as I said, if it doesn't work out, okay. But then don't pretend like, oh, well, now I'm in love again. And it's even better. That can't happen so quickly. I'm sorry.
But it's lose-lose for her. If she doesn't go out with anybody, you'll say she's intolerable and nobody loves her. Nobody wants to be with her.
No, I'd say she just needs her time because she is the wholesome type, and she didn't ask for that to happen to her.
Right.
That's true.
But her husband apparently wasn't as good a guy as she was a girl. Right. Now she's going to take some time, allow that to roll with the punches.
Mm-hmm. Spend time with her kids.
Because life does serve you up some punches from time to time. Maybe you're aware of this.
Very aware.
You got to roll with the punches.
Sure.
And then eventually she'll be ready for love again. But no,
So
batty in the mind, Reese Witherspoon, as much as anyone, is messed up, and she has to jump from one perfectly wonderful soulmate to the next.
So what's the perfect amount of time for her to roll with the punches?
She should have been,
blah, 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 blah.
if she was credible as far as her talking about I'm basically above all these Hollywood scum.
Right.
She would have needed at least 2 years to be independent, be on her own, not by choice, but because that's the way it worked out. And she should have been strong in getting through that period of time.
But wasn't she close to that?
But she wasn't strong.
Wasn't she close to 2 years to...
No, she went like the next week.
Oh.
She started going out with Jake Jiggleballs.
It was pretty quick.
I thought it...
It was like 2 minutes after she basically left Reese Witherspoon. She started dating new people. My gosh.
I know he did, but...
He was before it was even done.
Before he was even out.
If she had any credibility, she would have had a moment or two...
Right.
Year or two where she could have proven to the world, even though this happened to me, I can show now how strong I am by being independent, not needing to have the comfort of someone else in my life because it has worked out this way, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. But I'll show you that I can play the part of this woman, too, who's strong and can handle all that life can deal you when you least expect it. But she didn't do that. Oh, no, this is my soulmate now. Whatever. We're screwed up as anyone.
Oh, jeez.
That's all there is to it.
All right.
As weak in the mind as anyone in Hollywood, so don't point fingers.
Still pretty hot, though.
Just because you got little cute dimples and an apple pie face, don't think you're fooling anyone, because you ain't fooling me. Maybe you are fooling everyone. But you're as messed up in the head as anyone.
That must be why I like her. It tricks me. The apple pie face always tricks me.
Anyway. What else is going on, Terry?
Really quickly, Tom Brady apparently has been offered to do an ad campaign for Calvin Klein underwear. More than $1 million is the asking price there.
Mm-hmm.
Or that they've offered at least. So maybe him and his little girlfriend can do underwear ads together.
Well, why don't you put that in the suggestion box?
Yeah. Tom Brady?
I'll put one in her suggestion box, Terry.
I'm sure he's doing that too.
Kind of cool
to see that.
Don't know if that's enough money, Terry.
$1 million?
To be up on billboards when you're Tom Brady and you're making $9 million for playing football every season. To get all in underwear and be on oversized billboards, and Michael Jordan's laughing at him, I'll tell you that right now. Right. He didn't put on Hanes for $1 million.
Okay.
That I can promise you.
Yeah.
So the offer has been made for $1 million, and I think Brooke Shields got more back in the 70s. But
well, like I said, the offer it's
on the table, probably going to be
yeah.
denied. Yeah. I don't know if he's going to do that. That just doesn't seem like it makes enough sense. I'm his agent now, Terry.
Are you?
Mm-hmm. He ain't taking it. What else?
I don't know if we ever got a chance to talk about the whole Fabio and George Clooney little fisticuffs that happened at the restaurant.
Fisticuffs?
Yeah, they got into a little brawl there.
They were actually throwing down.
Yeah. George Clooney was sitting a table or two away from Fabio, who was there doing some kind of charity event.
I heard nothing about this.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to put this on Celebrity Boxing. They took off Celebrity Boxing at the worst time in our lives.
I don't think Clooney would do it, though.
Clooney against Fabio, and they were actually throwing punches at each other.
Yeah. There was a little
And if they were
punch
actually
here,
to have a
punch
street
there.
fight and no one were to break it up, who do you put your money on, Terry?
Fabio's huge.
Fabio may be huge, but he looks a tad soft to me. I'm sorry.
I think Clooney's soft.
Not to say that Clooney is hardcore,
Right.
okay? Don't get me wrong.
Fabio's a monster.
No one's going to mistake Clooney for a thug, all right? But Fabio's kind of flowerish.
Mm-hmm.
His profession definitely makes him come across as a little fruity, but he's pretty.
Don't let the hair
big.
fool you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Did I hear the magic words?
Come across.
Fruity.
So you're saying that Fabio, when he really gets angry, turns into Mike Hayes?
That's right, Mike Hayes.
I don't know. I think I put my money on Clooney.
Well,
This is the biggest pussy fight in the world. I'll tell you that
yeah,
right
it
now.
kind of was a little push and shove type thing.
So
and
who set who off originally? Was it?
originally it was now mind you, as Fabio.
Oh, mind me, yeah.
As Fabio talks about it, he claims that he was doing this little charity event.
And Clooney got under his skin. Clooney was out of line.
Well, yeah, Clooney is the one he claims got out of line.
Right.
However,
He said, get over it. It's not butter. Move on with your life.
right, pretty much. He basically called Clooney a diva, and
Clooney thought the women at the table were taking pictures
of him and his girlfriend,
But they weren't.
and asked them to stop.
And then told Fabio, you're responsible for those bitches.
Right.
Make them stop.
Right, pretty
Call
much.
one of them a fat cow or something.
Right,
Oh, boy.
right, and then
Fabio came over to set him straight.
yeah, and said, "Quit being a diva." Pretty much, and George didn't like being called a diva, so
I can't believe your ass is going to be butter.
waiters had to
After I'm
break it
done
up.
with it. Wow. The waiters had to break up Fabio and George Clooney.
Right. Witnesses are claiming George was a little inebriated there, drinking a little bit.
What was George? Was George invited to this thing? Or
No,
what?
he was just eating
He just
there
happened to
with
be
his
there that night.
girlfriend.
Just
Yes.
happened to be there on the night that Fabio had a scheduled event going on, or what?
Yeah, it was a
Yes,
charity.
it was
these
a
women
charity
won a
event.
charity thing.
It was a
for us.
charity event that Fabio is taking part in.
Yes.
George Clooney happens to be catching a good meal there at the time
Right.
with a nice dish of his own. And he's thinking that the Fabio harem girls are taking pictures of his table.
Right.
And he hadn't liked that because, maybe he is, I don't know, he didn't look his best.
Well, apparently, one of the women whom George Clooney was calling names at is the one who alerted Fabio of, what was happening. Said, there's a gentleman a few tables away. He keeps calling me names, giving me the finger.
And she made it seem like she didn't know who he was?
Well, yes, apparently so. And so that's like I said, that's when Fabio stepped in and was like, sorry, but I'm here at a charity event, and George. So
Did
anyway,
Fabio at least fill in for this girl who that was at the other table? That's George Clooney, and I just passed him a note. He has to check the box as to whether he'll go home with me later.
No. Anyway, so now Fabio did a little.
Did anyone get a good shot? Was there any good punches thrown? Was there any flush landing of punches on either of the two guys' faces, Terry?
Well,
Fabio claims that George Clooney ran out of the restaurant,
right.
afraid of him.
But George Clooney got a push or a shove in type of thing.
Pushing, shoving.
Little push and shove.
Okay.
Can't wait to hear Clooney's side of it.
So yeah. So now Fabio is in an interview is basically calling him a low class scumbag.
Wow. So this ain't over.
Oh no. He says, quote, he has no class.
Fabio could be on the front lawn of George Clooney's house right now. Then get out here.
Hey, where is he from? What is that accent?
I don't know. I'm just trying any accent I can think of. I don't even know what he sounds like, to be honest, anymore.
Well, and Fabio says that, quote, he was lucky he ran out of the restaurant. He's not even half a man.
Really?
Yes.
So he's not done with this. He's still talking trash. Is this setting up their Intercontinental title match, Terry?
Maybe so.
It's only Intercontinental? Come on, if Fabio's not the heavyweight champion?
I don't know if he's heavyweight champion. All right, maybe he is.
He's pretty damn big, though. I'm wondering how big he really is in real life.
6'3", but
6'3", and
I couldn't find a weight.
Well, he's not skinny.
No. He's 48. Clooney's 46.
I can't wait to Google pictures of him during the break just to make sure he's big.
Two guys in their mid-40s?
Yes.
Wanting to get at each other's throats like that?
Yeah.
And George Clooney ran out of the restaurant.
He did.
And Fabio's still talking smack.
He is.
Mm-hmm. And the Fabettes were all proud of him. They were all proud that he stuck up for them.
Thank you, Fabio.
And ran the big mouth out of the restaurant.
Yes.
And tell your friends.
He defended the ladies he was with.
So George Clooney called Brad Pitt and said, yeah, don't mess with Fabio. He ain't taking it.
I was planning on messing with him tomorrow, so you're saying no on that?
Yeah, I thought he'd be a pushover, girly man type, but
okay. Wow.
He was up for the challenge, and I had to run out of the restaurant for my dear life.
Well, do you want to come over and talk about it?
I'm already outside.
All right.
Just open the door. Just open the door, please. I need to be held.
No problem.
My girlfriend won't do. So, yeah, there could be some.
So if
Something in Hollywood
if Brad
going
Pitt
on.
gets confused when George Clooney's explaining the story to him, he says, now, which guy is this again? And then George Clooney walks over to his bookcase and goes, this guy, right? Oh, that guy. Yeah, I remember Fabio.
Exactly.
But he actually looks better on this book right here.
Right.
Look at that flowing locks. Because I don't think anyone's been on the cover of more romance novels than Fabio, Terry.
Correct.
I think he's
believe.
retired, but he still makes a
Oh,
lot
I know
of
he's
money.
retired now, but back in the 80s,
He
the
was
90s, he was on the cover of like 1,000 romance novels.
He made a ton of money doing it.
He did.
It's a great life he's carved out.
Yeah. All he has
nothing.
to do-
He's loaded.
yeah. He doesn't even have to speak.
Nope.
Just stand there and look hot.
How can 1,000 different novels with 1,000 different storylines, or at least
Four storylines, actually.
Yeah, 4 storylines that deviate, I'm sure, at some point here or there. How could they all have the same guy on the cover? How come no one asked these questions back in the day?
Well, I don't think people buy it for the pictures, really. They don't really care. But yeah, you would think they'd be able to come up with maybe 2 models.
There wasn't a second guy who was pretty
Well,
close?
I know that after Fabio retired, he helped find the next guy.
Well, there should have been the next few guys while he was in the business. But anyway, you ever read any books with Fabio on the cover?
No.
I don't know anyone that really does, but
That's like our mom's deal.
yeah. But I just know that they're out there.
Yeah, they are.
You go to Barnes & Noble and look through the romance section. Oh, he's everywhere.
I know.
He was on Cribs, and he's got a pretty nice house, so he's doing okay for himself.
Really?
I would say.
Shocking he made a lot of money on that.
The Fabettes ain't going to any trailer, I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow. I want him to fight again, Terry.
Well, you never know. It could happen sooner than we think.
But I want Mike Hayes and Bikini Dave to fight again.
Yes.
Somebody sent me on MySpace, Terry. There was actually an official broadcast with like real announcers and multiple camera angles. And I got to see the Mike Hayes Bikini Dave fight from the walk into the ring to the knockout punch, Terry. And it's just very interesting to watch. And I want to see a rematch. And
Well,
I'll tell you
let's do
right
it.
now, Mike Hayes not taking anything away from him, Terry.
Right.
Who has gone on to win his next fight from what emailers have told me. Emailers keep me in the loop on everything, don't you know, Terry? He's gone on to win yet another fight since then.
Oh, wow.
And not taking anything away from him, but I'm just telling you this. Bikini Dave had absolutely the wrong strategy, and had he had the right strategy, a T-man given strategy after watching this fight, I'll bet $1,000 he wins the rematch, Terry.
Whoa.
To anyone who wants to take that bet.
Whoa. Call in now if you want to take the bet.
I've been meaning to put that, I don't know if I can. I think I can legally. I don't see why these local broadcasters wouldn't. But they actually sounded pretty good when two guys who are unknown to my knowledge broadcast and did the play-by-play and the color commentary for the Bikini Dave Mike Hayes match. I thought they did a solid job, whoever they are.
Okay.
I'm just saying that so they give me permission to put this on the TVShow.com. Actually, they actually did a good job. And
But you're just saying that.
I forgot to. Yeah, I'm kind of saying. I forgot to put it up on the website.
Yeah.
But I will.
Yes.
And hopefully they won't give me a problem with that. I don't see why they would.
No, I don't either.
And you'll see for yourself.
I would like to.
That, yes, it was clear that Mike Hayes won the first match, and maybe Bikini Dave wasn't ready for this type of competition in his second fight out of the box in the Ultimate Fighting world. But if they were to fight again, and Bikini Dave is under my tutelage, Terry,
Uh-oh.
I'll bet anyone $1,000. Not 1,001. 1,000, Terry, that he'd win the rematch.
So
And Mike Hayes is every bit the monster-looking guy that everyone said he was, Terry.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So as you were watching this...
Fresh out of prison, I don't know if I go that far, but he is a monster-looking guy.
monster-looking guy.
Especially next to 5'9" Bikini Dave.
Well, and as callers and people who were there talked about the fight, they said that Bikini did really well in the first round. Is that true?
He won the first round. It was clearly
Okay.
a win for Bikini Dave in the first round, but that was what may have done him in.
Oh.
Pasty, get me Bikini Dave on the phone, please.
Yeah, has he had another fight since then?
I don't think he's been seen from since, Terry.
Yeah.
No. Still recovering.
I already got a girl named Stephanie on the line who wants to take my bet.
What is it again? Yeah, I'll take it.
Stephanie.
Hey, T-Man.
How are you, Stephanie?
I'm doing great, T-Man. You know what? I want to take your bet.
Why?
You know
Why
what?
do you want to take my bet? You don't seem like the type I was expecting. Don't take any offense to that I would think would have jumped to this and taken the $1,000 bet.
T-Man, I will take your bet. You want to take a bet? I'll take it. I'll challenge you.
Why? Why are you so interested in challenging me? Why are you the first one that ran to the phone lines to challenge me to take this bet?
Because I listen to your radio station every single day. I
That's
never missed any radio stations of you. And you know what? I want to take it.
That's fine, but this is a $1,000 bet. Do you know what that entails? That means if you lose, you have to pay me $1,000.
Oh.
I'll pay you a... You know what?
I'm not sure I'll still be your favorite show when you're writing me a $1,000 check. That'll probably bounce. But anyway, Stephanie, I'm glad that you're loyal to the program. Now, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Vallejo High School.
Well, Vallejo High School there. I'm sure they just have $1,000 growing on trees in every study hall little area. Stephanie, it's nice that you're listening. It's nice that you're loyal to the program. You sound pretty high school hot. That's the sequel, Terry.
Oh.
I'm glad that you jumped to the phone line, but I don't know if I'm ready to take this bet with you. No offense, all right, Stephanie? Now, what's going on in high school today? What's the big thing on your mind for today and the weekend that is right on the doorstep?
Nothing.
You got no plans whatsoever. There's nothing you're looking forward to this weekend. Nothing going on.
Nothing going on at all.
No wonder she's looking for a little action, Jerry.
She's like, please.
You got a boyfriend? What's the story?
Nope.
You're a single high school girl.
Yep.
Well, what year are you?
I'm 11th grader.
A what? 11th grader?
Uh-huh.
A junior, right?
Calls himself an 11th grader.
I know.
Do a lot of 11th graders call themselves 11th graders these days, or what? Don't they call themselves juniors, or what?
I have no
You have no idea. You don't talk to any of them. Just me.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a junior prom or anything like that, or what?
I'm going this year.
You going this year?
Yep.
Who are you going to go with if you don't have a boyfriend?
I'm going to go with a friend.
You're going to go with a friend. A female friend?
Huh?
Is it a female friend or a male friend?
It's a female and a male friend.
You're going to go in a man. That's just...
Interesting.
Yes. All right. Who gets the corsage? Anyway.
Oh, wow.
Got to split that.
Yeah,
Stephanie, as I said, I'm glad you called, but I'm not.
She's just trying to get $1,000.
I think she just thinks if I lose, I pay.
Right.
Do you know that if the bet I'm thinking, the one I'm throwing out to the listeners, I'm going to take it with someone that if they lose, they have to pay.
Both of you write a check and put it up against each other.
Stephanie, you're not ready to part with $1,000, are you, Stephanie?
I'm ready.
She's ready.
You got $1,000 saved in that little savings account of yours?
Stephanie, I'm going to pass on your offer, okay?
All right.
All right, baby.
But if that's how she thinks gambling works, I'd love it. If she ran Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh, you lost? Oh,
If I win, I win. If I lose, I don't pay.
Perfect. So when she's a junior in college, she'll be a 15th grader?
Well, yeah, I think so, yeah. If you do the math, I'm thinking 15th, yeah.
All right. So if you go to, like, med school, 19th grader, law school, 21st grader.
I can't count on any listener to
Posse up 1,000 and put it up against yours?
posse up 1,000? Wow. Terry's turned us into a hoedown.
I guess.
No, I don't know, but maybe I want to. I just
Well,
know.
that's because you want this.
I just know Bikini Dave can win the rematch. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Even if he's 2 fights into his Ultimate Fighting
Right,
career, and he's
right.
not prepared at this stage to be taking on someone who is as accomplished as Mike Hayes seems like he is with the skill level and everything like that.
Right.
All right?
Yes.
I just know he could win if he had the right strategy and the right training regimen that I'm ready to apply.
Slip and hook, slip and hook.
Oh, jeez.
You're going to eat lightning and you're going to crap thunder. No, it's not going to be like that. All he needs is the proper guidance and the proper strategy. Right. And he has the tools already. I mean, he's an Olympic trial wrestler, for heaven's sake.
Gotcha. Yes, I know.
Okay. Now, where's Bikini Dave? Pastela.
He's busy.
Available.
He's what?
Not available.
Why not?
Not available, why?
No, I called him 3 times. He answered on the 3rd time, sounding half conscious, and said, "There's no way I can talk to you right now. I'll call you later."
Why?
I
Call him one more time.
I don't need him to be fully conscious.
No,
All right, let me try him again here.
Here, let me have his number.
All right.
Wow. I got another Ultimate Fighter who thinks he's scheduled to fight Mike Hayes next.
Really?
Yeah.
Who is this? Who is this damn Mike Hayes?
He's got a lot of matches.
Mike Hayes probably retired.
Jeez.
D'Amico, you think from what you're hearing you're scheduled to fight Mike Hayes next or what?
Not scheduled to fight him next, but I will be soon.
Oh. How do you know?
Yeah.
I'm fighting on the next card that Mike's fighting on.
So you're thinking the odds are that you'll be up against him.
I know I will.
So that's what I basically asked you.
Oh, he knows.
You're scheduled to fight him next. That was my
No,
question.
not next. Not
He's
next.
gonna-
December
not-
8th.
Card.
Same card, and then on the next time
It'll be
after,
after that.
possibly,
If
or at
I
least
win-
in the future.
If they both win on the
Oh,
same night.
I see. So
He'll sit in the crowd and taunt him during his fight.
Right.
You're next.
Oh, I'll be
Coming after
fighting
you.
on the same card.
and you feel confident you're going to win, and he should feel confident he's going to win, and then it's just a collision course to be fighting each other.
That's pretty much how.
King of the gymnasium.
You may have to step aside, D'Amico, if I can get this rematch all scheduled.
It shouldn't be too hard to get a rematch. Hey, do you know where they fought?
And I don't know what
I
the
know, I'm
arena
not sure.
name was, but we could look into that.
In a ring.
Let me call.
In a ring.
Squared circle.
The octagon.
Kenny Dave doesn't want to talk. It's not a good sign, Terry.
Well, I know that he had said that he had like a couple fights lined up in a row.
Just had the wrong strategy, Terry.
Woo, I like this ringtone. Hey. All right.
He's not going to answer now.
Guess not.
When he was calling us wanting to promote that he's going into the Ultimate Fighting world and wanted to promote his fights, Terry, did I answer his calls?
You did.
Was I there for him?
You were supportive all the way.
When I'm looking for a tiny little something, I don't even know if this is you can consider this me looking for something.
Right.
Does he answer my calls, Terry?
No.
Apparently not.
Maybe he thinks you're on his side, too. I mean, that's great.
I'm on his side.
Yeah,
You're
you
betting
are.
that he's going to win.
Help
Man,
him.
man.
Want to train him.
I'm saying he's going to beat the monster that is Mike Hayes in the rematch. He would have beat him the first time if he had the right strategy.
I want to see this dang Mike Hayes guy. Hurry up, put the link up.
I'll put the link up during the break.
Okay.
I'll find it on my MySpace. Man, this is like the never-ending ringtone.
Oh, there it is. It's done now.
No voicemail?
No voice.
No voicemail.
He hit the ignore.
All right.
All right.
Well, maybe this is not going to happen. D'Amico, my case is all yours. Believe me, I'm the first person to lose interest really quick.
Right.
So if Bikini Dave is not behind me on this, if he's not feeling like he wants to take this rematch or whatever, well, I'm not going to sit around trying to talk him into it. No, you got to do it, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take the bet.
Now Steven wants to bet. Now the rematch ain't going to happen just so he can sound like he's a big ballin' gambler.
Sounded like it by that noise.
Maybe Bikini Dave doesn't want any part of it. I don't know. I can't. I don't know why you did actually speak to him for a second there, right, Pasty?
Yes, I did get him on the phone for a second.
He does want to come on.
Well, yeah. I mean,
he wanted to come on a lot to promote his first two fights.
Seemed very excited at those points, yeah.
Maybe he's retired.
And now here I am, ready to create the biggest fight of his life. And he's not sure about it, it seems. He might have gotten a little shy to the situation after getting knocked out the way he did. He shouldn't let it affect him, Terry. Just had the wrong strategy.
I hear you.
I watched this fight. I watched the broadcast 1,900 times.
Wow.
I watched it once. That's all I needed to watch, Terry. And I'll put it up there.
Okay.
All right? And you'll see it. Hopefully we'll have it up in the next segment. Let me see if I can find it, all right? We'll do that right now.
The T-Man Show.
Bunch of people on the line right now want to take the bet, Terry. They haven't even seen the video yet. Yeah. I don't see how you can take the bet until you see the video.
Right.
Manny, you're on the air.
What's up, man?
People, I don't know if they just think I'm giving away $1,000 here, like the last caller from high school, Terry. Oh, $1,000 bet. Oh, T-Man's giving away $1,000. Yeah, we're in. First caller.
Yes, hurry.
Manny, you haven't even seen the video yet. How could you bet me on something? Do you just? I guess that's the same as throwing $1,000 on black or red,
Sure,
Terry.
sure.
It's a crapshoot. Yes.
I'm a pretty foolish gambler, so I guess
He's a pretty foolish.
Well, that makes two of us.
Woo.
Well, I'll tell you what. The video should be up there in a matter of seconds. Pasty has it now. He's watching it. He's like, wow, is that what Mike Hayes really looks like? Is this him right here with the tattoo on his stomach? Oh, my God.
Really?
And yeah, he looks every bit the monster that he was described as, Terry. Maybe not to the most unbelievable extreme.
Right. Definitely different than Bikini Dave, I'm sure.
Like the one guy who said he just looked like he's fresh out of prison. I mean, I don't know about that, but he is a monster.
Okay.
All right?
Uh-huh.
So watch the video, and then if you want to take the bet, Manny, maybe we'll have a deal. But I can't even get Bikini Dave on the line right now. Here I am back at him, Terry. He won't even take my calls.
Well, that's why I want to take the bet, because I already know he sounds like he's afraid. So that's why I'm like, yeah, that makes it easier.
Wait till he gets under the T-Man tutelage. Wait till he gets into my training camp. Wait till he gets my T-Man strategy on the effective way of beating Mike Hayes in the rematch, Terry.
All right.
All right, well, you guys better keep my number on file, because I'll take that
Oh,
dollar.
here, let me write it down, and I'll put it in the file.
Yes. Terry, put that right in the file.
I will.
And if Manny still wants to take the bet. And the broadcast quality is pretty good, isn't it, Pasty? It looks like it's like something that could have been on Comcast the way it was broadcast. I don't know who sent this to me and where they got it from, but that's the kind of quality we're talking about here, Terry.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. It's like not like YouTube-ish fuzzy video.
Right.
It's more of a high-quality Comcast on-demand type video.
Cool.
So is it up there now? Is it on the front page of the TManShow.com right now or no? Not quite yet.
Doesn't even need a mic, and we can hear him. So damn loud.
What's the holdup?
Just an email process. You know, it takes a couple minutes to get it all going.
All right. I don't know who emails Terry. I don't know what's going on.
Connect here, connect there.
Not done watching the video yet.
But you give me a thumbs up.
Lots of wrestling.
Lots of wrestling.
That Mike Hayes has some big pythons. Yeah, when you're done checking out Mike Hayes and the stomach tattoo that you pointed out to me already, maybe you can put it up on the website.
Absolutely.
All right? Okay. That'd be nice. In the meantime, Terry, we'll be pulling a bill in a matter of minutes.
Oh, yes.
But I want to hear one of your quick stories that you may have on your pile. And then don't let me forget to discuss the breaking news that came down between yesterday and today. That's on the front page of basically every paper in the country, if not the world, this morning. And that's this travesty. That's this disgrace of an indictment that they tacked on to Barry Bonds' life, Terry.
30 years, man.
30 years? I heard 20 years. Now they're saying 30 years? Oh, 20 years is not enough.
He could
400 years.
We found 10 more years we can give him because we really want to make an example of this man who's done nothing but being a victim of his own success.
Yeah,
if Barry Bonds would have just hit 19 home runs a year instead of 55 home runs on average per year over the past 5 to 10 years, he wouldn't be in the situation. So the man's a victim of his success, Terry, because trust me when I tell you, he is not the only one in sports on performance enhancers.
No, I know.
More than half the players in baseball are on some kind of performance enhancer. Yeah. So why Barry Bonds and this witch hunt is going on is beyond me.
Well, like you said,
it's a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace, whether you like him or dislike him. And I'm not a fan or a non-fan, Terry.
Right.
I'm speaking from an unbiased position here.
Got ya.
But the way they're going at him, making an example of him, making him stress out the thought of a trial that could have him could result in him spending 20 to 30 years in prison is ridiculous. It's disgraceful, and it has to stop. Okay. It's an embarrassment to this country.
If he wasn't chasing the most hallowed record of all time, it wouldn't be a story.
No.
Like you said, he's a victim of his success.
Well, why don't other people who have similar success? Why, when Roger Clemens, who I guarantee you has just as much or more steroids in his body right now, is not even walked up to and asked a question about his situation? Why is that happening? Now Pasty gives me a thumbs up. Now I'm all fired up.
Right.
Video's up. Soup's on.
Wish.
Here I am. I'm not going to discuss it
no,
yet. No,
I know. You wanted a quick story, and then you were going to discuss it.
Then I'm going to discuss it. I haven't discussed it yet. All right?
No, I got
But remind me to discuss.
Oh, I will.
This ridiculous travesty that's going on here. This witch hunt. We're living in Salem, Massachusetts, apparently. And every broadcaster, every media person just piles on with the momentum in this witch hunt and will go up against Barry Bonds.
Yes.
I'll probably be one of the few people in this country that will realize that this is absurd and will take his side. You have a friend in me, Barry Bonds, whether you care or not. Because this will not go on. But I'll talk about that later, Terry.
Well, okay. I'm just...
Because I don't know if I have the time right now. Now, what do you have there?
Well, this is just in Disneyland, the ride Pirates of the Caribbean was closed late yesterday. The reason seems is that a woman may have defecated on the ride.
I'm sure that happens every day with some of these rides, Terry.
Sure.
People crap themselves.
Park officials, of course, are still investigating. I may have more details later on today.
That's Disneyland or Disney World?
Disneyland.
I'm going to be in Disney World in a month, Terry. You'll probably get the same story then. Right. So they shut the ride.
They did. They shut it down late yesterday.
And this is not news that any of us really need to know. You just think it's kind of a cute, funny story. That they shut the ride because a woman crapped.
Right.
Looking at the robotic little pirates of the 60s can be very scary.
Well,
going 1 mile an hour in a boat.
Yeah, I've never been on that ride. It doesn't seem like it should be the scariest ride in the world. So this woman just pretty much was waiting on line so long, didn't want to get out of line.
Because she didn't want
to lose her place in line, so didn't go to the bathroom. And then all of a sudden, she couldn't hold it anymore on the ride, and they had to shut the ride because she defecated.
Why did I have the chili in the bread bowl?
Yeah, exactly.
On a little boat with 20 other people, that must have been very pleasant for them.
Oh, jeez.
So you guys have been on this ride?
Oh, yeah. You have to go. I mean... It's because it's such a classic. I mean, you have to just go once.
So there's no scare factor whatsoever as it pertains to Pirates of the Caribbean.
Don't think Johnny Depp's going to fly in there and scare the hell out of you by swinging across the room.
That's not the point.
There are some scary rides in Disneyland. This ain't one of them.
No.
So it wasn't like she was scared crapless.
Absolutely not.
So it's just probably a situation where this woman couldn't hold it anymore.
Yeah, good. Like I said.
And they had to shut the ride because she defecated. Terry, my wife had to be shut down yesterday, by the way.
Oh, my God. Because I had a rough day yesterday. It sounds like.
Same reason.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But it wasn't because I couldn't hold it.
All right. Then.
It was part of the plan.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah, but the ride, that is, my wife has been shut down. For the same reason.
That's too bad.
Yes. Well, that's just nasty, Terry.
Yeah, that's...
If that's true, and I heard you say that it hasn't been confirmed yet, that's just one of many possible reasons as to why this ride was shut down. The ride was, in fact, shut down, but you're not completely sure as to the reason, or you're not sure the ride was shut down?
No, it was shut down late yesterday.
Down.
They're still investigating as to...
Some sources are saying it's because a woman basically took a dump on the ride?
Correct.
Oh, that's just nasty. I don't need to hear about this, Terry.
All right.
I mean, it's morning. I barely have my Cheerios down, please.
Oh, jeez.
But I don't get how it would, affect the ride. I mean, most people wear pants and that kind of thing.
Well, I mean, if any of the situation were to have
escaped the pants,
the pants.
But how would they escape the pants?
In this day and age of lawsuits and people running for their lives as it pertains to germs,
correct?
Shutting the ride for the rest of the day was probably the proper move.
It makes sense to me. But if a kid did that, people wouldn't panic. He'd just go in his diaper or his pants.
Well, if a kid did it, yeah, it's just more innocent when a kid poops. When an adult poops, you stop the world.
Yeah, I got to close the doors of the whole place.
If it was a 3-year-old and a little may have escaped the diaper, a 3-year-old, how cute. Oh, we'll just wipe that up. Give me a little wipey, blah, blah, blah.
Wash out the diaper in the water on the ride.
But an adult woman,
bring her out.
An adult woman, her poop on Pirates of the Caribbean ride is a completely different story.
I agree with you.
It's a completely different feel from a mental standpoint as you're trying to get your arms around the whole idea of finding out that somebody pooped.
That doesn't explain, how it escaped her clothing, though. I don't.
No, it doesn't explain that. Well, maybe she was wearing some looser shorts. Maybe it was a nice day in Disneyland yesterday.
A skirt.
That's an answer.
And.
Or maybe she really was sorry she had the chili bread bowl thing. I don't know.
Oh, the chili bread bowl sounds nice.
It is. Not only does it sound nice, it is nice. Wow. Little packets of Tabasco. Oh, so good.
Well, how do you wait on an hour-long line after that? You can't.
No kidding.
And yet she tried. Many have tried before her and failed, Terry. She thought she'd buck the trend.
Oh, Lord.
And she had the ride shut down.
We know it was a she for sure?
I said a woman, yes.
Wow, that's cool. I didn't think women did that. I thought that was a guy thing.
So you're saying that's one of the many scenarios they're throwing out there as to why the ride was shut down? Are there some others?
Yes, there are.
But they're not as interesting as this one.
No.
So you don't want to get into those?
Not really.
All right. We'll go with this one. How about that?
Okay.
Whether this is true or not true.
It's more interesting than any other.
You know my motto, Terry. Don't let facts get in the way of a good story.
Yes.
So as far as I'm concerned, even if they come out with a true... hardcore reason as to why the ride was shut down, and it isn't this.
Yes.
This is still it.
Okay.
Turns out it was a mechanical error.
Yeah. Oops.
Woman defecated on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
Sounds good.
And it's been shut down for the rest of our lives. Because I ain't getting on that thing. Now, if it's a cute little 2.5-year-old here, I'd be like, it's okay.
Wipe here, wipe there.
But an adult poops? Come on. Adults are only supposed to poop in a toilet bowl.
Make the ride more interesting. Just play roulette. Just not tell people which boat has it in it. You don't know which one you're going to take the whole ride in.
You can play Pirates of the Caribbean roulette. Yes.
Mommy, I found the golden poop.
If you want to take your chances. Adult poop is a completely different composition than kid poop.
All right. I'm writing that down here.
And you must run for your lives at the thought of being subjected to adult poop. But kid poop is so cute because it's kid poop. Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's cute, really.
All right.
I wonder if they had to close the old restaurant in there too, the Blue Bayou.
Some listeners are calling in saying that this woman spread her family members the remains of the ashes. Is that one of the stories that you're saying there?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, you don't want to go with that one?
Well, is that
it's not as exciting? No, it's not.
So lady,
So that ain't it, callers.
Yeah, we're not taking you.
It wasn't ashes. It was poop in that urn.
That's where most people carry theirs, in an urn.
Yes. Well, I don't think you're having to worry about unnecessary aromas if it's a quality urn. And
there you go.
And if it has a combination lock, I think we're all safe on the ride. Yes. Don't all your urns have combos on it, Terry?
All of them do.
Maybe she had one too many combos. I don't know. Anyway.
That's probably it.
She pooped! Stop calling with other reasons.
Right. We're not interested.
We're not interested.
Leave us alone.
When we get back, a bill will be pulled.
All right.
And hopefully, probably, a bill will be paid.
Yes.
After these words.
The T-Man Show.
Oh, yeah. I got a good one this morning, Terry.
Oh, good.
Pulled by the very crafty hand of one Vincent Thy Pooh. Somebody's Capital One credit card. Now, you know how I told you there are over 10,000 bills in the hopper, Terry.
Yeah.
I'd say about 9,000 of them are Capital One credit cards. So when I say somebody's Capital One credit card bill has been pulled this morning, basically everyone is still listening. Because everyone out there who is trying to be a part of T-Man Pays Your Bills has sent in a Capital One credit card.
Oh, yeah.
So I've eliminated almost nobody, Terry. Let's see what I have here as far as itemized charges. I'll tell you right now, this is basically a $1,000 bill that I have here, Terry. I have a Capital One credit card bill that is, well, it's been due for quite a while. Yeah, September. September, this was sent in a long time ago, I'll tell you that. This one has been sitting in the hopper for a little bit of time, Terry, because I have August transactions on the bill that I'm staring at here.
Oh, not cool.
Like on August 23rd, I will tell you, it's a she, Terry. She went to Ichi Teriyaki.
Oh, it sounds good.
Tasty.
Don't they all? Ichi Teriyaki on August 23rd.
Yes.
Now, I've kind of narrowed it down as to whose bill this could belong to. Some people feeling a little bit upset that they've gone yet another day without their bill being pulled. It could be tomorrow, even though tomorrow's Saturday. It could be any day now. On that same day that she went to Ichi Teriyaki, Terry?
Yes.
She also went to the IHOP.
Oh,
Really?
Double
wow.
Apparently, the Ichi Teriyaki didn't make a dent in her.
I guess not.
Could be her, huh?
She went right to the International House of Pancakes and spent $21.08 on the very same day.
Yeah, put it on the card.
What was that, like a payday? Oh, I'm doing teriyaki, I'm doing the pancakes, I'm doing
Oh, you name it.
What day of the week was August 23rd? Who wants to look back and let us know? I'm just kind of curious. On a few days later, Terry, after she worked off.
Thursday.
Yes.
August 23rd was a Thursday. A few days later, August 27th, which would be what, Stephen?
Let's see. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
That'd be a Monday. She went to a Desert Sun. That's a tanning place? Yes. She got herself a little tan after she worked off the big stack of pancakes.
I thought that was a restaurant, too, no? Am I thinking of something else?
I think it's something else.
Okay.
Dessert.
But
dessert.
Dessert Sundays.
Yeah, that sounds good.
No, Desert Sun is different from Desert
Probably
Sun.
tanning.
Desert Fire, maybe?
Yeah, if I'm going to be overweight, I may as well at least be tan.
you look slimmer.
Yeah, maybe it's not that she worked off the pancakes and the teriyaki. Maybe she was so self-conscious about what the pancakes and the teriyaki had done that she needed a tan to compensate for the way she wasn't happy about how she was looking.
More than likely.
Does the spray cost the same no matter what size you are?
Well,
it's a good value, I guess.
Oh, jeez. She went to Desert Sun on August 27th, got the $6.53 special.
That's a good deal.
Not the spray.
I don't know what you're getting for $6.53, but she made it happen on that day.
It's just your legs.
And then on that same day, after being freshly tanned, freshly corn syruped, Terry, she went to Love Nails FX.
All right. Got a little feel, got a little petty.
Oh, jeez. I don't know.
Nice little design.
I don't know what you got, Terry, but it sounds like you seem to know what's in store for you at a place like that.
Absolutely.
Love Nails FX. What's the FX?
Who knows?
Like special effects. You know.
Effects.
It makes your hands look pretty.
Yeah.
It's fake nails, probably. I don't know.
Exactly.
As opposed to the real ones that glue on
shop for nails.
Oh, FX.
Yes.
Okay. I get it now. I should have picked up on that. All right, yeah, $31 there, Terry.
Yeah, that's a fail and a petty.
You ain't getting away with a $6 bill at your nail joint.
Right.
No. Those Korean ladies are laughing at you if all you want to pay is $6.
Right. Obviously, you didn't do the French because that's another $5 extra.
So you're saying that's still a bargain, $31?
Yeah, not bad.
You have a hard time going in and out of the nail place and only parting with $31? Is that what you're telling me?
I do.
Okay. Well, that's all the purchases that this woman made.
All right.
For the month of August.
Okay.
Her Capital One credit card is in my hand, and I'm talking about the Capital One credit card that belongs to Stacy Gadd.
Oh, yeah.
Gadzooks. Yeah, Stacy Gadd, G-A-double-D.
Or double D.
Gadd. The nails again? Gadd.
Good God almighty. Stacy Gadd, you are on the clock. Your September Capital One credit card statement is in my hand. Mm-hmm. It's for, what do we got here, $972.44?
Whoa, wow.
All right.
Nice.
And you can get it taken care of if you call us back at 1-866-663-T-Man. Now, maybe someone out there is saying, well, I don't want Stacy Gadd's nails to be paid for by you, T-Man, so I'm going to tie up the lines.
Whoa.
Lots of people are saying that right now, actually.
The number is toll-free for Stacy Gadd. If you're interested in allowing her to have the easiest path into the program, maybe you'll refrain from calling. But it is a Friday, Terry, and you know I like to take a lot of calls on a Friday.
I do know that.
So it's kind of a conflict of interest. Yeah, I want Stacy Gadd's credit card to be paid off as much as anyone, Terry, but I also want to take a lot of calls this morning. So it's a free-for-all. 1-866-663-T-Man. Anything you want to talk about is fine with me. 1-866-663-T-Man. Now, Stacy has just a mere 18%, 18.4% interest rate.
That's a nice little bargain there.
Deal!
Yeah,
especially when you're eating it at the teriyaki place.
That's on her purchases, a 23.49% APR on cash advances.
Ooh.
How much? 24.9?
23.49.
All right. What a deal. Got you $24 to get 100. All right.
Stacy Gadd.
You thought the $2.50 at the ATM was a pain. How about $24?
Well, you can pay your bill.
Could do that, too.
You're on the clock. Oh, she also had a little grocery store run here. I forgot that.
No.
Oh, actually, it's just she went to a grocery store, but she fueled up.
Oh, gas. Yeah.
She went to the Albertsons. She got a little, it says fuel. Albertsons Fuel.
Really? They have fuel?
They do?
$8.05 worth she got.
Well, that's not that didn't get her anywhere.
Somebody wanted to get $8 and went a little over. It's hard to get it just right.
Yeah, with those digital ones, it's very hard.
Mm-hmm.
What day was that?
Stephen wants to know.
Tracking.
Fuel. Maybe it's like something. Maybe she bought like butane for a lighter or something.
Yeah, propane for
That's not very much gas.
Yeah, it is.
Well, some people go and get $5 worth.
I guess. Well, yeah.
But
so they can make it out of the parking lot and back?
Give me a gallon.
A gallon. Where are you going?
I grew up with my dad not having any cash on him and always going to the gas station, give me $3 or $5 worth of something.
Right,
but it was 69
and that's
cents a
how
gallon,
he phrased it. And there were attendants back in this. There's still some states that have attendants.
Yes, that is true.
And in New Jersey, I just remember these attendants running out to you. It's the weirdest thing.
Wash the windows in there, Bob. How are you today?
Check the oil, check the tires.
Jesus.
And my dad would be like, nah, just give me $5 worth.
Yeah. $5. No, it's 69 cents a gallon, though. It's not bad. You'll take it back then.
That's true.
79.
This is the 80s. It was over $1 back then.
Really?
In the 80s? Yeah. It was over $1 in the 80s.
It
was
like
over
$1 like in 92, I remember. It was like $1 a gallon.
Jeez.
In 92? Was it $1.09?
Yeah, it was like $1, 99 cents for regular.
I don't know where you're going.
I don't.
In college, I remember, it was $1 a gallon. It was the greatest thing. But anyway.
If you buy it out of the dorm, yeah.
Yeah. $5 will get you a little further back then.
In college, you could get a $2 pizza, too. So it's great.
Wow. Steven
Looks like he took advantage.
Well, I think she fueled up and went a little over on the $8 purchase she was hoping to make.
Sure.
But we'll find out if she calls back at 1-866-663-T-Man. Terry, in the meantime, before I go to the phones in full force, give me a quick story. What do you got?
I have a little story here about a cute little 73-year-old woman who crashed her car into a hair salon, but was still able to keep her hair appointment.
Oh.
She was on her way to her appointment and obviously missed the break.
One quarter of the structure is still up and running. Why don't we just do her hair over here now?
She was going to Tina's Hair Pros.
Oh, Tina's Hair Pros. They are pros, Terry. If they can have their joint run into by an SUV and still keep their appointments, that is a pro outfit as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it was a GMC Envoy.
Because I don't know about you, Terry, but if I own a hair salon and someone drives their car through the place, I may shut down for the rest of the day. Either that or if someone defecates.
Yeah, she did at least $15,000 in damage. She got out of her car, sat down in the chair, had her hair.
Zeus wants to talk about that story of
that's great.
the lady who had the Pirates of the Caribbean ride shut down yesterday because she, as you told us in the last segment, Terry, had a movement that is not a part of the ride.
Right.
Yes, Zeus. What can I do for you? Zeus, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, bro.
What do you want to say, Zeus?
No, I was going to talk to you about the lady had the mishap in the Caribbean.
Yes, the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disneyland, Terry reported earlier, is shut down until further notice. And as far as we're concerned, the reason is because
for us.
She thought it was just a situation where she was just going to pass gas, and it was a lot more.
Yeah, that can happen.
Everyone's had it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can happen. I've had that's happened to me. You couldn't make it to the hotel room in time, and
but if it happens to a guy, it's believe it or not more excusable than it happening to a lady. That's just nasty.
You guys just have this thing in your head that women don't do that.
If it happens to a kid, that's completely acceptable. If it happens to a guy, that's understandable. Not necessarily acceptable, Trey, but very understandable. Guys are gross, and you just move on with your life. It happens to a woman, I mean, please. Turn in your woman card right there.
Wow,
they're
really?
cleaner, they're nicer. You know,
Really?
You need to get her number because you never know.
Poop on a Disneyland ride? Come on, Terry. She better hope it was just the ashes. Are you thinking that's more of the accurate way of telling this story, or do you think it's the poop angle?
Well, I'm actually going to say it's probably the ashes thing.
The ride was shut down because she took an urn on the ride? Wouldn't they know?
Whatever.
Aren't there people working the ride, Terry? Wouldn't they know if she had an urn in her hand?
I don't know.
She hid it in her backpack?
Well, and maybe it wasn't necessarily an urn. Maybe she carried whatever in a little baggie. Who knows? You know? I don't know because I've never been there.
If that is the reality of the story, that it wasn't poop, it was what the other report said.
Right.
One of your reports says it was poop. The other report says it was ashes.
Right.
If it was ashes, is that shutting the ride down? I don't want some dead ashes all over me, though.
Yeah, it is dead human.
Yeah, it is human. You're still being
dead human. It's kind of funny that dead human is not as gross as poop.
Yeah, it's true.
Somebody up there trying to put the puzzle together.
Right. The puzzle. Oh, this is a centerpiece, dude. I can't use this. It's no good.
There you go.
Yes. Stacy Gadd. Gadd. Is this you?
Yes, it is.
Stacy, how are you?
Good.
What's going on? It's a big day for you, baby.
Yeah, I just got into my car. Oh, my God.
Hey, straighten this out for us real quick. The Albertsons fuel, was it a gasoline purchase, or were you buying something actually in a store, or what?
It was the gas. I think I stopped because I was totally on E, and then I needed to get
exactly as I thought. You wanted $8, and you can never nail it.
You driving a lawnmower? $8.
Hey,
a lawnmower.
Don't make fun of people's financial
It's not
situation.
financial. It's not going to get you anywhere.
It is financial.
Two gallons will get you somewhere.
Barely.
Yeah,
I mean,
barely. That's all she needs.
It's $4 a gallon. It's not her fault. That's not going to get her anywhere.
It gets her through the day.
All right.
There you go.
And then some. Stacy, excuse some of our people here for knocking you for getting the $8 purchase of gas.
Well, yeah, nowadays I can see why.
Obviously, you're on a bit of a budget, and that's why you sent in, I'm assuming, I shouldn't assume that's why you sent in your bill. You'd be stupid not to send in a bill no matter what budget you're on. Like the guy who had the $39,000 credit limit on his credit card. Stacy doesn't have quite that much on hers.
Okay.
But that guy was every bit in his right to send in the bill, and we paid it just like we're going to pay Stacy's.
Sure did.
Let me see what your credit limit is, by the way, here.
It's only about $300, I think.
Oh, geez, someone's overdrawn. Anyway, Stacy, it's amazing.
That overdrawn?
It's amazing how they let you go over, man. You just make one big purchase. We will pay every bit of your credit card here, all right?
Thank you.
Okay, you excited? You happy? How you feeling?
Yeah. Oh, my God.
I'm sure that goes over well in your family. Stacy Gadd.
Yes.
What do you think, you're Gad?
Oh, yeah.
You guys are ridiculous.
Funny everything.
I'm happy for you. Congratulations. You sent in your bill, and it paid off. You've been waiting on this. You've been waiting on this one a while because this bill has been in the hopper for some time, right, Stacy?
Yeah, it has.
Did you forget you even sent this one in or no?
Oh, no.
Okay.
I listen every morning.
Okay, there it is. And today was the day.
Hoping.
Today, see? Never give up hope, Terry.
That's right.
Stacy, congratulations.
She's so giggly.
Well done. There it is.
Yay.
Another winner.
Yes.
That quick.
I know.
That easy.
Can't ask her about the double dinner. Double dinner. Teriyaki
The
and
bonus
IHOP
dinner.
on the same damn day.
Pasty, put Stacy back on home.
I'm jealous. It's pretty cool.
Don't ever look at my credit card
Hey,
receipt.
Stacy.
Triple dinner.
Stacy, August 23rd, we had the teriyaki purchase and the IHOP purchase on the same day. Any explanation for that you can give us? Because I don't know, they may fight. They may cause a war against each other in your intestines. Teriyaki and pancakes. I don't know if they're the closest of friends. Did you take both those down on the same day like it looks, or what?
I think I usually take my son to breakfast at IHOP, so that was probably that.
All right. Well, I'm sure you didn't just watch him eat while he was taking it down at IHOP. So you had some IHOP yourself, and
just have a sugar packet
for $21.08. That sounds like breakfast for two.
Right.
All right. And then later that day, you went to Ichi Teriyaki. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that.
Well, that's on your credit card.
I must have.
It's good to be Stacy, man. Eating out all the time.
And then you got your little tan on and your nails done?
Did I get my nails done?
Well, it says you went to Love Nails FX or something like that. Are you familiar with that place?
Yep, where I always go.
Got a fill in a petty, didn't you?
What'd you get for $31?
Yeah.
Pedicure, I think. Spa pedicure.
Oh, wow.
Spa pedicure for $31.
Man.
And what kind of plan are you on at Desert Sun that you got away with only $6.53 on? Yeah, what kind of, you got like a 20-pack or what?
What was that again?
$6. She has no idea what she's buying, Terry.
No.
She's
Blindly shopping.
I feel like I'm talking to my wife. $6.53 was charged at Desert Sun. That's you getting a tan of some kind, right?
Probably. I think it was for lotion.
Oh, for lotion.
That actually makes sense.
Elbows were getting a little ashy, Terry.
That's pretty cheap for tanning.
That seemed like a weird number for tanning.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it was one of those little sample packets of lotion.
They charge you $6.53 for a sample packet?
Yeah.
You're getting screwed.
Man, what a deal. Jeez.
All right, whatever. Anyway.
It's not really a sample then.
Well, don't worry. We're paying for all of that. All your son's pancakes.
All right.
Yay!
All your teriyaki. You would have probably gone over $8 in gas had you known we'd be paying for it. Your pedicure, you would have thrown in a manicure and a massage, I'm sure, if you had known we were paying for it. But we are paying for it all, Stacy Gad, because you sent it in to the T-Man show.
Thank you.
All right? Hang on the line. We promise this time not to bother you again. I got Stacy on hold.
Hey, what about the one time?
She did make a payment last month, Terry.
Oh, good.
Of $70.
Oh, nice.
Perfect.
That's probably more than the minimum, right?
That's more than she was asked to pay, yes.
Oh,
Right.
good.
So maybe that's why they let her overdraw her account like that. Oh, she's a good customer.
Nice lady. Did they thank her?
She went triple what we were asking for.
Did they thank her for the payment? They always say thank you.
Maybe if you go triple of what they're asking for as far as the minimum payment, they let you go triple over your credit limit.
There you
I'm going to go ahead and say they don't do that.
Well, then, I don't know how
Apparently
she got
she
away
did,
with
yeah.
this. Actually, all they were asking for was $15.
Wow.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
She must be rich.
Capital One is pretty lenient with stuff.
Yeah.
That's why everyone has one. Those Vikings running around on the commercial, Terry. Yeah.
They've made a nice living being lenient. 1-866-663 T-Man is the number to call, as promised. Lots of phone calls all through the day. Let me go to Jared, who's next up. Jared, are you there?
Uh-oh.
Hello, Jared.
Yes, this is Jeremy. What's going on, T-Man?
How are you, sir? What's going on today?
Nothing much. Just want to let you know that I'm actually a new listener and a new fan. I love the show a lot now.
Oh, where are you listening from?
Alameda.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well.
It's good to have you, bud.
I got a problem, T-Man. I was wondering you might be able to help me with this.
No, probably not. You got to earn your stripes. You got to be listening a little longer than being a new listener for me to give you my brilliant synopsis of what your problem is and how to...
Amen to that, T-Man.
How to cure what ails you. Huh?
Yesterday, you guys were talking about this on the radio, and you made a quick comment on it.
Are we on the radio?
Basically, when me and my lady friend are having our special time, and you mentioned yesterday that right after a man finishes,
oh, geez,
it's like for the next 4 minutes, the last thing he's ever thinking about is sex or ever doing.
Yeah, there's that 3 to 5 minute window. There's that 0 to 5 minute window, Terry, where after you have completed the cycle.
Yes.
All right, after you have finished the job, where you in your mind think, I never want to have sex again in my life.
Right.
Wish you had that feeling all the time.
But it's amazing how quickly that'll pass by minute 6.
Sure.
At minute 6, you may not be ready to go necessarily. You may have to wait for minute 8 or minute 10 or minute 15.
Yeah.
But you're good in your mind. Again, it's amazing how when I'm cleaning up, especially Terry, I'm like, I'll never need to do this again now.
Okay.
Never again. You retired.
Mm-hmm. I can hang it up right here.
Hanging up your cleats.
So, yes, you want to make a comment as it pertains to that. Yes, Jared.
But see, here's where my problem is. See, I'm a young father. I had a baby at 18 years old. I'm now 20, trying to make it, and I just got a million things I need to do every single day. And it's almost impossible for me to figure out how to fit all these things into my schedule.
Oh,
but it seems as though as soon as I finish with my lady friend, for those 6 minutes, everything just makes sense to me, and I can get.
Oh yeah, there's that moment of clarity. There's an amazing moment of clarity that comes, Terry, when you're not interested in sex whatsoever. Right. When you feel like you don't want to have sex, it's amazing how everything that you ever were confused about, everything that you were kind of influenced by, sex influences everything, Terry. And when you take sex out of the equation, it's amazing how you're able to make the right decisions for those 4 minutes.
So hurry.
That you're not interested in sex. So hurry and make some snap judgments and decisions.
Yeah, if you don't fall asleep within the next 4 minutes, you're in trouble.
Right. A lot of times you fall right asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a pool of your own. Oh, dear.
But for those 4 minutes that you may stay awake.
If you're awake.
Then hurry. Make those decisions because those are the best ones ever.
Everybody's Einstein in those 4 minutes, Terry. Yes, Jared. So in those 4 minutes, you're able to really have moments of clarity. I completely understand.
My question is this. Over your years, have you come across any way of harnessing that 4 minutes and being able to use it on later times? Because I'm screwed the other 23 hours and 56 minutes.
Yes, Jared, for generations, men have tried to harness and expound upon those 4 minutes so that they can make the proper decisions in their lives over the course of a longer period of time. It is not possible. We've given up all hopes of trying to devise a recipe whereby we can expand those 4 minutes, Terry, but luckily we do have 4 minutes as it pertains to comparing it to like 2 minutes or 1 minute. We get 4 minutes.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That is.
But as far as stretching it out to 6, 7, or
not even a 10-minute, right?
Maybe even in a fantasy world, like an hour.
Whoa, not an hour.
If every day we were entitled to an hour where we could just make the right decisions on everything, where we were not influenced by sex in any fashion. Oh, man, we'd be so much better off, Terry. But we like getting into trouble, us men. We like making mistakes. We like blowing it up in our face. We like having just all kinds of... I don't know. It just keeps things exciting for me.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's not very healthy overall.
No. Adds a little stress.
If you did everything perfect, if you made all the right decisions, what fun would life be? You know what I'm saying?
True. Gotcha.
So, Jared... Ask Kilbreath.
So, Jared, just like people for... all time have been looking for the fountain of youth, and it doesn't really exist. And people have been looking for what else do people look for, Terry? The fountain of youth,
right? They do.
And the fountain
94.9. I'm talking.
Looking for half-price prescription drugs on the weekends.
Yes. Well, that could be a little bit more obtainable than this.
All right.
Just go to Canada.
A pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Yeah, true.
Never there.
Just like people follow the rainbow looking for that pot o' gold or a leprechaun.
Oh.
Only Lucky Charms.
Some things just can't be, Jared.
So maybe I should have on the nightstand next to my bed like a voice recorder or something. So in that moment of clarity, I can just take down a bunch of mental thoughts. Would that be a good idea?
Jared, it sounds to me like you got a good plan for maximizing those 4 minutes of complete clarity and great judgment.
That'll work.
Sounds to me like Jared is going to make the most of his time, Terry, where he can do all that is right. Jared, I applaud you for that. Yes.
Thank you. Other than that, I have more sex, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's why I spent a lot of time in the laundry room.
Oh, wow. You get the same in the laundry room?
Get the same what?
That 4 minutes?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah, it's even better. It's even more clear.
Really?
Yeah, because you don't have someone nagging at you during those 4 minutes. Why are you rushing off to the shower? Quiet, I'm thinking about stuff.
Cuddle with me.
Oh, when you're doing solo sex, Terry.
Yeah.
When you do the 5-knuckle shuffle and you're like no one else is in the house because that's the best time to do it.
Right, of course.
I'm going to the mall. Okay.
So am I.
Going to my mall.
Right.
Yeah, you have much better ability to maximize those 4 minutes when you're alone, Terry.
All right.
So, yes, I would advise Jared to put in more. You can be the happiest man in the world as far as being in a relationship. You can have the perfect complement to your life in a girlfriend or a wife. You still need to have your self-gratification moments, Terry, and if nothing else, then just to have those 4 minutes of by-yourself time where you don't get distracted in that very small window where you can have complete clarity and good judgment.
Okay.
Do you understand, Terry?
I think so. I think I
Don't
got
you
it.
wish women had those 4 minutes? Making all the wrong decisions all the time.
I think if we had that 4 minutes of clarity, we don't know if we'd ever come back.
Yeah, saying 5 minutes. I'm not even comfortable saying it's 5 minutes.
Right. I got
It may be just 2 or 3 minutes.
I was going to say 4 might be a stretch, too.
4 might be stretching it. But there is that quick period of time.
Yeah.
Where, and it's so funny, because seconds before that moment hits you, that clarity moment hits you. I mean, you want to have as much sex as you could ever have in your life. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm screwing everyone. I'm switching from one girl to the next, to my self-gratification moments. Terry. I'm going, oh, she's hot. Oh, yeah, she's hot. And then I'm like, oh, I never want to have sex again. Okay, now I do again.
It's bizarre.
It's a bizarre feeling. It's a weird feeling.
Also bizarre is I've learned to X out the computer with the left hand.
But if you maximize your time during that very, very small window.
All right.
Like Jared sounds like he's working on himself.
Get a little.
You may be able to have a more productive life.
Right. It's probably when guys like write love songs and stuff, and fruity stuff, you know.
Fruity
stuff. The 4 minutes of clarity.
Have a little emotional breakdown there for a minute.
I really don't know. I've never had a moment where I've been interested in writing a fruity love song.
Yeah. But if you did, it'd be during that 4 minutes.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Let's try during the break. Oh, geez.
Oh, wow.
If I ever have this oncoming desire to write a fruity love song, I'll let you know.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Put my name in it.
The T-Man Show.
It was another hot date night for Charlie Sheen and his fiancée.
Oh, good. I've been worried about Charlie Sheen, Terry. I'm glad he's doing well. Yes. Does anyone really care about Charlie Sheen? He is the highest paid actor on TV. I know that.
Well, Stephen might,
deserves
he
every
the
penny.
show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Stephen
you love
loves
it.
Is that right? What is he on?
2.5 Men.
And that's a watchable show? There's really very few shows that are watchable.
No,
I'm
it
sorry.
is.
It's a watchable, just because you and Steven say it is.
It's pretty weak.
Well, it still does pretty well in the ratings.
I'm going to go with its pretty weak humor.
Well,
over
it's
here.
very sitcom-y.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's you know.
It was another hot date night for Charlie Sheen and his fiancée. Charlie in shades and Brooke Mueller were showing off sexy PDA at the Los Angeles Clippers game last night.
All right, that's all I need to hear there at a Clippers game, Terry. You can't get into a Laker game. All right.
Him and his brother will have to pretend to be gay in order to impress the gay boss. Let the shenanigans begin.
Oh,
that kind of humor.
That's the storyline of it.
Have anything to do with it.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Well, that was one of the storylines, right?
I don't ever remember that one.
Maybe just thinking of your life.
Right.
But anyway.
I'm like, where do you get the
him
whole...
and his brother act like, they act like a gay couple, and then they don't understand why they're not talking like a real couple.
That has nothing to do with it.
No, it's weak humor.
Oh. Well, that's an example of weak humor, but that may not have happened on the show is what they're saying.
Well, I'm sure they've seen every episode ever.
Have you seen every episode ever?
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of them.
Quite a few of them. Really?
Well, if you think that kind of stuff's funny, you'll love the show. It's great.
I think that's kind of stuff is a last minute. I can't believe what I'm missing here.
I wish they would do that show because that would be funny.
Right? 1-866-663-T-Man. It is a Friday morning, Terry. There is tons of ground to cover. I know you have a huge pile of stories that you want to hit us with before the weekend is here in full force.
Yes.
The last full week before Thanksgiving 2007.
Wow, ordered my turkey already.
Next week will be a shortened, abridged version of your typical week. Yeah. Right? Thanksgiving is next week, right?
Yes.
That is correct.
Wow. Ready? My gosh, the year is flying that fast. Before you know it, we'll all be food for worms. Well, what were you saying? You got your turkey already?
Yeah, I ordered
it's
it.
Coming in the mail or what?
No, you ordered the fresh turkey.
You ordered your you don't just
fresh turkey. You
pluck
don't
it out
get
of the frozen area of the grocery store?
No, I don't.
She's got to chop the head off herself.
Shut up, Stephen. I run around, yeah.
Man,
Come here, little turkey.
Having it circumcised? What are you doing there? What's going on?
Order it.
You just
walk in and throw it in the cart.
No, I don't.
Walk around, throw it in the cart like the rest.
I don't.
Put it right next to the grape juice and
I'm
all
not
the other
the
things
only
you got.
one. Check pages of people who ordered fresh turkey.
Yeah, some high-end people. That's how they do it.
You pick it up like you're on supermarket. You're really a hottie toddy type of lady.
I ain't eating no frozen turkey.
You pick up the turkey like you're playing supermarket sweep from back in the day. You throw it right next to the Welch's grape juice and you call it a day. What kind is this?
By the way, I'm not the only one who does it.
Yeah, you and Ivanka Trump.
Oh,
it's pretty hoity, man. It's a little hoity.
It's a little hoity. It's a little toity.
But you've got a meat man, right? I mean, you've established a relationship with your meat man.
Whoa.
More than one
at the store.
What are you talking about?
Steven's got a meat man, apparently.
You've talked about other meats that you've ordered.
Oh, okay, you know what? I don't think the discussion of the meat man really needs to happen.
I need to kielbasa once a week.
If you want to talk about your meat man, your sausage man, whatever kind of man you want to talk about with Terry, why don't you take it off the air?
Okay.
Steve's meat man is Jimmy Dean.
Jimmy Dean. Mike, you're on the air. Hello.
Hey, I got a question for Terry.
Terry will do this quick call, and then we'll get a story in, then we'll do some more calls, and we'll see how that goes. Yes, Mike, you have a question for Terry. What is your question, please? I love when callers have a direct question for you, Terry. It takes all the pressure off of me.
Yeah.
And then I wind up answering for you anyway.
I know.
Yes, Mike, go ahead.
Hey, Terry, I want to know how women feel about sex in the first 4 minutes after the intercourse.
Oh yeah, in those clarity moments that we talked about. Is that what you're asking about? What women are thinking about during those 4 moments? Because I told you that 4 minutes of absolute clarity that you can never get back any other time of day or for any other reason, Terry. There's nothing you can do to bring about that feeling.
Right.
It's a really peculiar feeling too, by the way.
Okay.
It's amazing how men feel for those. And again, 4 minutes could be stretching it. Maybe just a minute or two is really all you get.
Uh-huh.
But this man wants to know, since I've already established, and I speak for all women, and I know that I'm right when I say women don't have anything close to the way men feel right after they're done spooging, Terry. I don't know any other way to phrase it. When women are done with the act.
Yes.
When the act is complete, for the 4 minutes that happen after the act is done, what are women typically thinking about is what Mike wants to know. Do you have an answer for him? Do you?
Well,
don't tell my husband.
Well, that's usually discussed beforehand.
I'm sorry.
But you remind him afterwards. Yeah. What are women thinking for those 4 minutes?
I'm hoping, like most women are like me, they're thinking that how much they love their husband and how good it was for them together.
So why was I doing it with a meat man?
Would you stop? No, really, that they're realizing that how good they are together.
What else do I do with him?
How good they are together as a couple, and it fits. It's right.
Oh, it fits. There's only one thing to do with the meat man, right, Stephen?
That's right, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there you go.
You hear that, Mike? Terry's living in this perfect world kind of scenario here where she's, for the 4 minutes after sex, all she's thinking about is how right it was, how in love she is, how beautiful her life has become. Isn't that gross? Isn't that gross? Isn't that an awe moment? See, that's why men don't have those. They really can't capitalize. It's like it almost doesn't exist, those moments of clarity after you have sex with somebody.
Right.
It really only hits you, the moment of clarity that I'm talking about, really only comes about when you're by yourself.
Comes about.
It really only comes about when you're by yourself, Jerry. I'm telling you. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, with the woman, jabbing her at you about how great things are and how great I was again.
Right. And what's that like?
And how in love you guys are. You can't really capitalize on that moment of clarity that I talk about. That's why, even if you're married, even if you're supposedly happily married, even if you're completely content with your girlfriend, if you're thinking, man, I found the perfect not only soulmate but sex mate, and we get along so well, you still need to find your time.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
To beat the paddywhacker, Terry, because when you do that, you get that moment of clarity. Now, sometimes the moment of clarity that I talk about actually just makes you feel disgusted for what you actually just did. Because a lot of times when you're having solo sex, Terry, if you will.
All right.
Well, let me give you an example of let's talk about a guy who's in a relationship. He's got a serious girlfriend.
Right.
Or a wife.
Okay.
And he sees a woman at the mall, all right? Guys like to walk around the mall alone all the time, trust me. And,
really?
Or he's walking with his wife or his girlfriend. He's at the mall. And all of a sudden at Orange Julius or somewhere at Pretzel Time, he sees a freaking hot-ass girl.
Okay.
And he's like, man, I can't wait to get by myself if I get a moment to at least feel like for a virtual reality moment that I'm having sex with her.
Okay.
Later that afternoon, I'm running out to get some teriyaki. Perfect. All of a sudden, you go into the bathroom. You go into the laundry room. It's my favorite, Terry.
Right, I know.
And all I'm thinking about is, right up to it's what I'm trying to describe for you is how conflicting the moment leading up to the moment of clarity is so drastically different.
Okay.
To the seconds later after it's done. All right. Because all you're thinking about is having sex with that woman right in front of Pretzel Time, Terry.
Right. You want to twist her up like a pretzel.
Oh, I don't know if I say something corny like that. But I'm sitting there going, oh, if I could only get you, we'd be in such trouble if I ever got my hands on you. Right. Oh, you would not know it hit you.
Right.
Oh, man, you're disgusting. I would never touch you. I love my wife.
Really?
That's how night and day.
Yeah, that is pretty night and day. 1 minute I want to knock the bottom out of you type thing.
There's no transition either. It's just
there's really no transition. As soon as you're done, as soon as you spooge, Terry, that moment of clarity hits, and your thoughts are clear, and you feel grounded.
Yeah.
And you're making good judgment calls finally for once in your life. And that's how drastically different the moment of clarity is.
And you realize, ew, ho, yuck.
Ew, ho, yuck.
Okay.
And even if it's not like some baby saw at Pretzel Time, even if you like, as somebody pointed out, you're watching porn. Let's say you're on Max Porn, Boys Food, whatever, and you're sitting there.
Yeah.
As soon as you're done, and you don't want to really touch anything of value on your way to cleaning up.
With the right hand.
When you come back to that screen, like 30 seconds later with your tissues or whatever, you're repulsed by the same porn video that you were just so unbelievably blown away by.
Wow.
What am I watching?
I do.
That's disgusting.
Listen here, self. Don't watch that ever again.
But then 3 minutes later, you want to start watching it again because that moment of clarity passes. Are you following what I'm giving you insight?
I've actually gone as far as to delete videos from my computer. I was so repulsed. Oh, why did I do that? An hour later. So stupid.
Half hour later, you're dying to get it back. You're calling someone. Hey, do you have that video?
What was that password again?
No, I understand. I got it.
You're actually horrified.
Right.
You want to X out. You don't even want to look at it. That the same video that was doing everything for you just a couple of seconds earlier is like the most repulsive thing in the world to you.
Well, I got to say I'm glad I'm a woman then because I'd much rather feel love.
Well, that probably stems from guilt. That's probably what this stems from.
I'd rather have it our way.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot more fun than your, I'm so in love crap.
Nonsense.
That's nice.
Oh, wow.
But I think if you were being honest, Terry, a lot of times I think you're misleading a lot of ladies out there because I think a lot of times this gentleman asked you for an honest answer as to what women do think about. I'm telling you honestly what men think about.
Right. Well, no.
In the 4 minutes in that moment of clarity. Okay. If you were answering honestly, you might have said that women think about how unsatisfying it was. Because a lot of times, maybe even the majority, when it comes to an individual sex act, women don't get to the place that they were hoping to get to, Terry.
That is true.
So why are you talking about, oh, I'm so in love? When more times than not, maybe, when it's actually a done deal, the act is completed, women are sitting there going, is that all? And now I got to have this on my chest? Thanks a lot.
Oh, jeez. That's really not good.
What am I going to do with this?
Not a good visual.
Why don't you be honest? Why don't you be more realistic about what women are thinking for those 4 minutes, Terry, when it's done? Oh, that was great for me. Yeah, right? And now what am I going to do with this on my chest? I hope you brought a squeegee.
Squeegee.
Put some macaroni on there and paint it like a little school project.
Oh, geez.
Just a suggestion, really.
What am I going to do
So
with
women don't
this?
like that? I need to know.
Some women do. Some women don't.
Some really do like it?
Some women like it, I'm sure, yeah. Some women love to have that on their chest.
Your
yeah.
wife? What? She doesn't like it?
I don't know. I don't ask, Terry. How was that? Do you enjoy this?
You guys don't have conversations.
He's not around long enough to ask. He's already in the shower. Oh, I feel so good on my back.
Here's a towel. Take care of yourself.
Hey,
kid.
we're out of soap, honey. Can you grab me a bar? We're out of soap.
Boy, you guys.
It's weird how fast you want to shower, too. Not good.
Yeah. Yeah, women get insulted if you don't sit there and wallow in it with them.
I like wallowing.
I do, too.
Okay. I don't doubt that you're a wallower, Mr. Charlie Sheen fan.
Oh, my goodness. Jeez. Calm down.
So I'm just hoping you're not misleading in answering Mike's question. It was Mike that called in and asked that question. He wanted a little insight as to what women think.
Right.
A lot of times women are thinking how bad Mike was.
That is true, but I think...
Unless Mike has got some amazing skills. And even guys with amazing skills can put out a bad performance every now and again.
They can.
Mm-hmm. So every time, you're so happy these days that every time you're done with any kind of sex act with your husband, you're thinking about, oh, this is so what I've always wanted. Every time, Terry.
Sure.
That's nice.
Sure.
It's nice.
Well, I mean... to
There's
me,
some girls that are like dudes, and they want nothing to do with you when they're
right.
done.
That is true too. But I think
those are the ones I want.
Yeah, they're great.
But I think that women also.
Right, who's paging me?
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead.
you remembered your phone to say.
Someone wants to wallow in it, apparently.
Oh wow! Later on today.
Wallow 2
Somebody
o'clock.
text you. But really, I think those moments come from when a woman is thinking that way. Is when it is in a satisfied moment.
Oh, is that right? When women are satisfied, they're...
Oh, yeah.
Well, and only the meat man can provide that for you. So you got a meat man, Stephen? Is that what you're telling us?
Stephen has a meat man. I don't know what he's
There's a
talking
guy
about.
at the grocery store.
There's a guy
that
at the grocery store that answers when you call him and you make that call out from across the aisle. Oh, meat man!
Hey, meaty!
Meaty.
Oh, jeez.
And you refer to him as the meat man.
Well, I think I don't know his name. I don't go up to him and say, "Hey, meat man." I just
is he like a butcher? Is that what you're trying to say, or what?
Yeah.
Well, all the meat, though, right? Not just.
Yeah, I mean, there's a seafood guy, and then there's a beef guy. I guess.
Is that guy specifically designed to handle all seafood needs?
That's right.
And he doesn't dabble in meats or poultry?
I have not seen him touch a chicken. No, I.
That sounds funny.
He's eating a lot of meat to know the meat man. Holy crap.
All right.
Well, I mean, you don't have to buy the prepackaged stuff. You can have them pull it out right there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Be very careful with your suggestions that you're making to the meat guy, Stephen.
And you think I'm a, kind of a hoity-toity asking for a fresh turkey.
Hey, I'm having a frozen turkey, Terry.
Hey, meat man, I don't like to buy packaged meat, so will you pull it out right here?
Right.
Yes, I will, sir, just like last week. Shall I season it for you?
They do that as well. They season it.
Season it.
Would you like me to braise the tip?
They actually go in the back and they've got some.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Do they take you in the back with them?
Jeez.
Oh, yeah.
I've never asked. I bet
I'll
they
bring
would.
the tip if you bring your rump roast.
Whoa, there's a lot of rum on that rope.
Wow. This is quite the relationship you have at your local grocery store, Stephen Kilbreath.
They're all pretty hoity. You have people season your beef for you?
Oh, yeah, they do it all. It's great.
Jeez.
Buy it in the package!
Yeah, season it yourself.
Throw it on the grill! Spit on it and eat it!
I know the produce people do.
Oh, my gosh. I can just see it. Do you have anything fresher than this?
Okay.
He has to give you samples.
I'm glad to know.
It
makes me feel at ease. Yeah, I'd like to have the raw meat sample.
In the produce department.
All right, here's a piece of zucchini. Yeah, you're going to love it.
I've never had an apple. What does that kind taste like?
Here's a sample of salmonella for you, sir.
Yeah. I have seen that where they've cut it off.
I'm just glad to know, Terry. It makes me feel at ease to know that you have your turkey already on reserve for a week from yesterday.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It's really serious.
That is pretty serious. You take
13
Thanksgiving
pounds.
very serious. For me, it'll be Wednesday night. Go to the grocery store, grab something frozen, and stick it on the counter.
Grab and go.
It's to be thought out before Wednesday.
Take out the George Foreman grill, and there's your Thanksgiving.
Whoa!
Right. And you like it.
You deep frying this year, Terry?
Not for Thanksgiving, no.
I thought you said you were deep frying every other day.
Yeah, right. Thanksgiving we take off.
Christmas we'll do it.
Christmas you're going to deep fry, but not for Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
What are you going to deep fry, a ham?
No,
turkey.
Turkey.
You eat turkey for Thanksgiving for Christmas too?
Yeah.
Wow, it's a little turkey overkill.
I love the turkey.
Did you have the family discussion on whether you're deep frying for turkey for Thanksgiving or Christmas?
Yes.
You gathered around like the
there's
family
2 people.
the family
who
board
talk
room
about
people.
it.
There's 7 people.
Well, yeah, but the kids could care less.
So
they just want food.
My vote is, and I know this sounds crazy, is we deep fry for Christmas this year.
Yeah.
And we pre-order the turkey for Thanksgiving, but we use the double boiler on that. You're actually sitting down having conversations like that?
I just ask, hey, are we deep frying for turkey? Are we deep frying turkey for Thanksgiving or for Christmas or both?
What are you nuts? We're doing that for Christmas.
All right then. What do you want me to do with the turkey this year?
You really take these.
Well, Stephen,
I'll go see the meat man.
Well, Stephen has had us deep fry him a turkey.
Good stuff.
Really?
Yes.
Ryan, you're on the air. Hello.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious how correct you are about the whole, what guys think of in that clarity moment. Because I was trying to find a way to word it the other day to my girl, and she's one of those ones that doesn't like to stop.
Well, I think it was interesting that the caller in the last segment wondered if you could harness those 2 to 3 minutes, really is the accurate way to describe it, Terry. Mm-hmm. It would be nice, I guess, to be able to do that, but...
it'd be nice to go
a
little longer without thinking about it.
I don't care how great technology ever gets. I don't care how much we're able to do in the future with cloning and with all kinds of stem cell stuff and technology just going to proportions that never could have been imagined. We'll never be able to expand those 3 minutes of clarity.
Yeah.
Nope.
Never say never.
That's the best part, too.
The best part.
Wow, really?
When you're done?
Yeah, because that's like the only time in the day I can seriously say I'm not thinking about it. Like, where it's just the last thing on my mind. It's kind of nice not to be constantly thinking about it.
Yes.
That's why I said I like that feeling all the time. It's great.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all the time. But I don't want to...
You guys are a match made in heaven.
Oh, yeah. We should get together and never do it.
Yeah. Jillian, you're on the air.
Hey, T-Man.
Yes, Jillian, what's going on, baby?
I have a question about your moment of clarity.
Oh, yes. I think I pretty much have explained it as good as I can explain it. Yeah.
Fine job, mind you.
Can we deep fry that moment of clarity, T-Man?
You can deep fry anything, man.
Oh, jeez. Yes, Jillian.
When you're having that moment of clarity, it sounded like you have it just when you're self-gratifying.
Yes.
You have that same moment of clarity when you're having sex, too, right?
No, not really, because as I said, there are too many distractions after you're done having sex with a partner.
Well, yeah.
There's you have to talk sometimes, and you have to look at each other, and you really don't get to capitalize on those moments of clarity.
Hand over the credit card, that kind of
Okay.
Be told that it was rejected. So it's not the same.
Where do I write the tip?
It's not the same as far as the moment of clarity that you have when you're in your self-gratifying moment. When you're I'm talking about when you're clearly by yourself in your apartment, your house, wherever you live.
Got it. I understand.
You walk gracefully because you don't want to, drop anything along the way to the bathroom, get some cleanup materials. Then you come back to your computer screen and you see what was absolutely the greatest thing in the world a minute earlier is now something that horrifies you.
You whore. Get off my computer.
She's a raunchy porn star, too, man. That is just nasty.
Pacey Day must be the most clear guy ever. His whole life is clarity.
That is the most disgusting porn star. I'll never watch her again in 10 minutes.
Oh, goodness.
Wow. Matea. Is it Matea? Matea, how are you, baby?
I'm good, thank you.
What's up?
I think Terry was not being completely honest. Most of the time you're thinking, can I do that again? Because you missed out when you have all those distractions. So when you get to do it by yourself, you're not thinking, oh, I missed how great my partner was. You're thinking, I got it.
I got it. So when you say it, is that referring to the climax that you're so desperately hoping and pleading for?
In your moment of clarity, in a woman's moment of clarity.
No, don't call it a moment of clarity. Just you calling it a moment of clarity is inaccurate. Only men have this moment of clarity. Drunks have a moment of clarity at some point, Terry.
Sure.
Drug addicts have a moment of clarity.
Yeah.
As alcoholics have a moment of clarity. It's not the same thing I'm describing.
Right.
Oh, okay,
but don't call what women have a moment of clarity. It doesn't apply.
Okay, well, I'm not saying women have the same
And
moment
it's
of clarity.
insulting.
I'm saying while men are having this moment of clarity, women are not thinking how great.
No, men are not having a moment of clarity when they're doing it with women.
Correct. Okay, but I'm saying when you're.
We're just not on the same page, Matea.
Yes.
But do you have any big plans for the weekend?
No.
Sounds like you're a never-ending carnival of sexual fun. So how could you not have you just want to keep going and...
Well, A, I'm not because I have 2 small kids, and B, my husband is off on deployment, so I have to wait till he gets back. So.
Where is he at?
Well, right now they're in short workups, so he's all over the place. All I know is he's out to sea.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Won't even tell you.
Don't try to find me either.
He's at the casino, Terry. So when does he due back?
It's sometime in December.
That's not too far away, so you're excited about that.
Yes, I am.
And you have been absolutely 100% loyal to this man while he's been out fighting the fight that the country is obviously backing all the soldiers on. Is that right?
Yes, I have.
Okay. And you haven't daydreamed even about the meat man, about anybody out there, someone you saw at pretzel time, nothing?
No,
because that would be wrong. Thoughts are so wrong.
No, he's very talented at leaving good memories behind. So, no, I haven't thought about nobody but waiting for him.
I don't know if I believe her, Terry.
Yeah, who's not being honest here?
You're telling me you're not even having sexual thoughts about anyone but your husband?
Okay, I'm being honest. I don't have time to. I work full-time, and my daughter's 6 months old, and my son is 3.
How long does it take to
I
have
don't
a
have
thought,
time.
Terry? I just had one right now. There's another one. There goes another one.
How long are they flying everywhere?
Don't tell me you don't have time to have a thought. Come on, Matea.
I don't. I'm a full-time worker, full-time student, and full-time mom. I don't have time.
No leftover time for thinking. Okay, very good. Matea, have a great weekend doing nothing but doing motherly scheduled situational things.
Thank you.
Yes. I don't even know what you call it.
Get out of the car now.
Yeah. No time. Gotta go.
See you later.
What else is going on, Terrence? What else is happening, please?
I have a story here about a 21-year-old man who got a little upset at a police officer for pulling
All right, you know what?
over.
Hang on to that story.
Oh.
21-year-old man gets upset at a police officer. We want to find out why. That's called a teaser in the trade, Terry.
Is that what it is?
You know I'm big on tasers, Terry, but
yeah.
I realize how far behind we're falling.
Okay.
And we will get all the details of that fascinating story, I'm sure.
Okay.
Right after. What now?
Some kind of word.
Yeah.
The T-Man Show.
Lachelle in Oakland, what do you got?
What's up?
How are you, baby?
How y'all doing? I listen to y'all every morning on my way to work.
Oh, jeez. Yes, Lachelle, what can we do for you, baby?
I have to say, Terry, I disagree with you from the female point of view. I'm a female, and I do watch porn.
Glad you indicated that. I was really thinking you were a guy.
So I can cross off male?
Mm-hmm. Okay. What do you do? Where do you work?
No, Kaiser.
All right, go ahead. Say what you were on the...
I work at a hospital.
Oh, okay. What were you about to say to Terry? Go ahead. Hope you can remember.
Terry, I mean, I watch porn on occasion.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, you know, I have to agree that I've had those moments of clarity, right after.
No, just because you watch porn more typically done, like, by a male, doesn't mean that when you're done, even if you're having self-gratifying moments in front of a computer screen yourself, even if it goes that far, which I don't think, even women who watch porn don't do that. Michelle admits she doesn't do that.
Right.
You're not having moments she doesn't understand what the moment of clarity is. You got to be a guy. You've had to experience it.
I know.
And you can have it if you're a woman, and you can have it if you're a guy and you're having sex with a partner. You can't, I mean, it'll exist, but you won't be able to even, it's so minimized, it's unrecognizable, Terry.
Okay.
So in a sense, it doesn't exist, that moment of clarity that I'm speaking of.
All right.
That all guys who've had it know what I'm talking about, and anyone who doesn't probably thinks they know what I'm talking about, but they don't.
Okay.
And when you say to yourself, I'm going to be a better person from now on.
That usually is a characteristic of a moment of clarity.
Got it.
And then 3 minutes later, you're back to your old self.
Right. I'm going to the gym. And then when you're dressed for the gym, where's that computer? Screw the gym.
I mean, it's like so.
I
It's almost not
gotcha.
fair, really.
Sadie in Seattle, hello. Sadie, are you there?
Hello?
Yes, Sadie.
Hi, I can barely hear you. Can you hear me?
Unfortunately, we can hear you fine. Yes, go ahead, Sadie, yes. We can hear you fine.
So I think that the female equivalent to the male moment of clarity...
Oh, every female thinks she's an expert on this, Terry. I don't know why they even bother. Yes, go ahead, Sadie. Humor me, please, yes.
Hello?
Yes, Sadie.
Hi. Okay, so the female equivalent to the male moment of clarity,
right,
in my opinion,
right,
is that
right,
women exist in moments of clarity all day long consistently.
Whatever.
And then once they've had sex, they realize how great it is to have that distraction.
No, maybe that sounds cute. Maybe that sounds like a funny line. What you look confused, Terry. What Sadie is trying to convey is that women live their entire lives in that moment of clarity, and it's the 4 minutes after sex that they actually get confused.
Oh, we're all fogged up.
If that's the case, then why are so many women out there making dumb decisions all the time? If you're so filled with clarity, it's not possible to make a bad decision in the moment of clarity, that 3-minute window that I'm talking about.
Gotcha.
You can't do it.
I got you.
Somebody there in your studio deleted their porn in the 4 minutes of clarity, so maybe...
Okay, so...
I mean, that was the bad decision.
Yeah, really. It turned out to be a bad decision, but it was
Right.
She doesn't get it.
She doesn't get it. I understand where you're coming from, though.
Yeah, she doesn't, I don't even want to talk to Sadie anymore. Okay. Because she doesn't get it. It was a cute line, nonetheless. It was a cute line. It was a cute little anecdote, Terry.
Okay.
No, women live their whole lives in clarity, and it's the 4 minutes after sex that they actually don't have clarity. That would be kind of ironic if that were true. It's cute to say, but far from the truth. Women are making stupid decisions multiple times every day.
But that's just part of life.
Yes, it is. But if we all had this moment of clarity that I talk about that is only reserved for a man who's having solo sex, we would never make a dumb decision. When Hotshot deleted his porn, that was the right decision.
At the time, it was, yes, no question.
Of clarity.
It was the right decision overall.
Okay.
But because he lives his entire life in moments of fog.
Right. I got it.
You need that porn in your life, Terry.
I understand.
You see what I'm saying?
Got it.
And believe me, I don't want to live in a clarity-filled world. I want to live in the fog, where all the shady stuff goes on, Terry.
I gotcha.
Where bring on the porn, bring it all on.
Rain it on me. Go
I
ahead.
don't want to live in boring clarity land. But it's nice that it's there for 3 minutes.
Yes.
So I can really figure out what needs to be thought about for those small minutes of time.
Right.
All right?
Right.
Okay. I think we can move on from it now, don't you think?
Yeah.
Now, you were telling us about a cop.
I was telling you about a 21-year-old man who got pulled over by a cop and was really angry about it.
Right.
Because this gentleman was,
You've only had 20 minutes to prepare.
well, I don't,
Sorry.
I know that, but I don't want to.
Need a moment of clarity.
No.
Oh.
I'm going to tell you why he was angry. He was angry because he was.
That's what I was hoping you'd do.
That's
pretty much
the butt kicker there at the end of the story, really.
Well, I don't want to say the phrase that because you know
there's a phrase
there is
that
a
you're trying
phrase.
To, you're trying to, you need a thesaurus.
No.
Does it pay?
It just let's just put it this way. There was a woman in the car with the 21-year-old.
Right.
Okay.
And you tell us the situation. We'll come up with the phrase.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the policeman pulled him over because of erratic driving.
Are you afraid you can't say the phrase on the air because of the FCC or because it's not ladylike?
It's not both. How about both?
There's a certain phrase that captures this scenario.
Yes. Yes.
Does it rhyme with jock blocking?
Yes.
You're afraid to say cock blocking?
Yes. I don't know
if you can say that.
Well,
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, that's why he was upset at the officer for pulling him over because
he called the police officer a man who was getting in the way of another man's sure thing.
Correct.
How about that?
There you go. Yeah, that's much...
Excuse me, officer. You're getting in the way of my moment of surety.
Yeah. Right.
Well, right after I may have a moment of clarity.
Right.
No, because you ruined my moment of surety.
Yeah. The sure thing was about to happen there.
So he pulled the police officer pulls the man over
because he's driving erratically.
Driving erratically.
Yes, because
and the man in the car says, "Well, thanks a lot. You just ruined what was a guaranteed, just unbelievable go through of me just bringing this babe here who's like totally annihilated she's just obliviated to the world, Terry. And I was going to bring in the ruckus, and now you've just ruined everything." In other words, you, Mr. Officer, are a cock blocker.
There you go.
Cock blocker. Did he actually use those words in front of the officer? He called him that.
Yes.
And do officers note that in their little pads, Terry?
Well, some do. Yes.
If you try to fight the ticket, does that get brought up in the court?
It can.
In the traffic court moment where the judge has to hear that you called the officer a cock blocker?
Yes.
Is that hyphenated?
I don't think you fight that ticket.
No, I don't think you do either.
That's kind of cool. I would purposely fight that ticket if I saw the officer jotted down that I called him a cock blocker.
It'd be worth paying the ticket just to hear the judge say that.
Yeah, so what does the cop do? He looks a little bit further into the car and sees some Miller Lite cans, the empty one.
Miller Lite. And he's like, why did you use Miller Lite?
So basically, the gentleman got arrested and charged with resisting an officer.
Car was impounded. There was no way. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Is that still working in the clubs? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
What was working in the... What were you telling me about the song that didn't work in the clubs last night? You were surprised by the lack of reaction. Me and Vinnie discuss this all the time, Terry, during the breaks. Yes. Yeah. Last night, Vinnie the Pooh making it happen, tearing the club up with his unbelievable skills. And there was a cut that you played last night that you were shocked with the lack of reaction that it was getting. There was no kind of vibe. What was the song?
It was like at first when I played the song, it did really well for me, but then it just
so it's played out now, more or less.
Yeah, it was Kanye West Stronger.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah. I was like,
well, maybe it kind of brings people down because what they think about when they hear it is that his mom dies. Did you ever think of that or not?
I didn't think of that. And that could be the case too, but I don't know. I played it.
When I hear his song,
energy went down. I'm like, I'm out.
So it's not like people are walking off the dance floor and like, oh, it's a good time to pee. It's like just the energy goes down on the dance floor.
Yeah.
It's like shoulders start to shrug a little
bit. They're like, oh, I love this song. Oh, Kanye West Stronger.
You just don't feel the hype.
Yeah, I don't feel it. And then as soon as I see that, I'm out like 10 seconds later.
Well, that's a good DJ move.
Yeah, nice work.
No, I would torture these people. You will like it.
Yeah, I picked it.
I'm going to play it twice now.
Yeah. Whatever I pick, you'll love whatever I pick.
Mm-hmm. So how far into Stronger did you take it down?
Man, I didn't even let it get out the first hook.
Really?
Yep. So they hate it out.
Did you play less than a minute of it?
Less than a minute.
I think you should play less than a minute of everything.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of tough to do with some other songs, but I think
your skills are not where it needs to be.
My skills are right there.
I think the way the world is these days, in this ADD, what is it called?
ADHD world.
I don't pay attention enough to know.
Right.
This ADD lifestyle that we're all living in, there's not enough tolerance out there to hear more than a minute of any song.
I agree, but on the other hand, there's some songs that if I don't play the whole thing...
What was Terry saying again? Oh, sorry.
That's
I'll get some feedback, or like I'll definitely get it.
What, they'll charge the DJ booth?
They won't charge, but I'm like,
after him.
Like,
I'm gonna have a
what
coup.
are you doing? You suck. They'll let me have it. Like the spots I DJ.
If you go to the next cut, that's good.
Well, depending on what the song is.
I think your skills aren't there.
Oh, my skills are there, my friend.
All right. So if you were told that this is the style we're looking for tonight at this particular club, we don't want you to play more than a minute of any song, you can make that happen.
Oh, if the dude who's paying me said that? Oh, yeah.
You can make those transitions and make them sound right.
In and out. 45 seconds or less. Gotcha.
I hope we're talking about the DJ skills now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and not the guarantees you're making to the ladies.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, my sure thing.
Okay. All right.
The skills are there.
But that's my thinking, man. I think you better rethink your whole strategy.
That's what the beginning of my night is like, and then I kind of expand.
The beginning of the night, you don't play more than a minute of anything.
Not really.
Stronger wasn't doing anything for anyone last night.
No, not really. Which kind of surprised me. So.
All right, what cut last night was the greatest energy song of the night?
Like the greatest song of all time type of energy song? Okay, I'm just kidding. It's Soulja Boy, and there was a couple others, but...
Does everyone try to do the dance? Or what?
Everybody does the dance. Are you kidding me?
Everyone tries to do the dance.
Well, everybody's pretty faded at the time when I play it, but everybody does their best variations of it.
Because you see on YouTube some people try and it's just not working.
I know. I have. I've seen.
It doesn't really.
That's all I do all day is check out people doing Soulja Boy.
I follow along on demand.
There's like an instructional video on how to.
Yeah.
Is there really?
Yes. It's like a dance by numbers.
Oh my god.
Well, it's the first big dance since the safety dance. Anyway.
Was that even a dance?
You don't even know what I'm talking about. Why are you laughing? You're the only one who doesn't know what
I
I'm
have
talking
no
about.
idea.
So why are you laughing?
I can only imagine.
It's an uncomfortable laughter.
Yeah, awful.
That's all it was. You don't even get the joke.
What would you do if I told you I knew what the safety dance was?
You don't know what the safety dance is. I know you don't.
Really?
It's queued up if you want it.
Oh, jeez.
All right, you tell me what the safety dance is.
Well, it was probably some dance that was big in some time frame, and a lot of people did it, and it was very popular with the kids.
Well, you know what? That sounds like, but you can't. Can you sing me one bar of the safety dance?
Of course not.
Okay, then there it is.
All right.
That would have been big last night, for sure.
Yeah, if you put this on, wait till you see what the crowd is doing. Oh, yeah.
The good thing about this dance is you can do it if you want to.
And the bad thing about this dance...
I don't know why he's laughing.
I don't know either.
I've heard it before. You can do it if you want to.
It's actually... Yeah, that's it. But now hearing it's like nauseating.
They spell it for you?
Was there a whole little dance to this, too?
Why?
Yeah, there was a safety dance.
Oh, jeez. Does anybody in this room know it? I'd like to see it.
I don't know if there's really a dance.
I don't think there was a dance.
There wasn't any corresponding dance to this?
I don't think so.
So they just were misleading people?
According to Wikipedia, when this would come on, people would slam dance.
And that is...
I bet you they're not slam dancing the way they is now.
No, they're not.
No friends of mine.
Oh, yeah.
We can go where we
All right, let's put Soulja Boy on top of this.
And we can act like we come from out of this world.
That sounds like fun, but I'm out.
Geez.
Okay.
Jeez, that's terrible. So you can put that on a CD for me?
See, I don't know if you're making them aware. I don't think you made them aware in the club last night that you can act like you come from out of this world. Do you let them know that's a possibility?
I didn't. Well, first off, I didn't know it was a possibility, but now I do.
Okay, well, there you go.
Next time I play it, I'll let them know that this is the biggest dance since the safety dance.
Okay, yes. Make sure you say
I want
that.
to hear that. Yeah.
I'll do it. I don't care.
Make sure you throw the F word in there, too. It'll have more impact.
This is the biggest effing dance since the
No, this is the biggest dance since the effing safety dance.
All right, got it.
And the crowd will really go nuts.
Got it. Let's do it.
Those barrels will be turning over.
Oh, yeah.
The T-Man Show.
That daycare provider is also being investigated by the sheriff's office tonight.
Oh, did you hear about the story, Tara? The daycare lady who people drop their kids off at her joint and expect some level of care to happen for their kids. Mm-hmm. She threw one kid in the trunk of the car, Terry.
Yeah.
Not good.
No.
Not really, I think, what you were paying for.
Right.
I mean, maybe that's just me. Maybe that's part of the deal. I don't
by
know.
The sheriff's office tonight. I spoke with the boy's family, and they are very upset.
Okay, let's hear how outraged the boy's family, the boy who got thrown in the trunk of the car, his family spoke out. Let's hear how upset they were.
I was pretty pissed, and I said that...
Yeah, I was pretty pissed. Yeah. As you can see, I'm probably getting over it a little bit, yeah. I mean, I don't think this really sounds like the most pissed, outraged person I've ever heard, Terry.
I was pretty pissed, and I said that she ain't gonna...
This isn't the boy, by the way. This is the dad.
Wow.
Doesn't sound like the most mature dad ever, but who does these days?
I was pretty pissed, and I said that she ain't gonna be watching him no more.
The daycare...
I won't be fooled by that trick again.
Only people that own trucks from here on out, so... Open air.
I mean, first time you throw my kid in the trunk, shame on you. Second time, shame on me. So I won't let her watch him again.
That is an old saying. I remember that.
Yes.
But you still need to go to work, so give her another try.
Mm-hmm. All right, can you crack the trunk a little bit? Is that possible next time? Because I do have to go to work again tomorrow.
I was pretty pissed, and I said that she ain't going to be watching him no more.
The daycare provider was picking up other children for the daycare when Nicholas Wickstrom acted up. The woman...
Oh, he acted up. What do you expect, Terry? Throw him in the trunk.
I know.
I mean, that's an explanation that would work with most parents. Well, your kid was acting up. What was I supposed to do? I have to throw him in the trunk.
Just spank him.
Yeah.
When Nicholas Wickstrom acted up, the woman put the 4-year-old in the trunk of her car after the boy bit another child in her car's back seat yesterday morning. The family says after she shoved Nicholas in the trunk, she drowned out his cries for help.
And she put him in the back of the trunk.
Started blaring the TV.
And turned the radio up pretty high, so she wouldn't be able to hear it.
Well, that's what I would do. If I was hearing the sounds of screams and I didn't really want it to weigh on my conscience, I'd just turn up the radio. Crank that soldier boy.
Ooh.
So she has a little conscience. That should be looked at, in court.
Yeah, that should be considered. That obviously it was bothering her to some extent that the kid was screaming for dear life.
Yeah.
So much so that she just wanted to block it out. Turn up the tunes.
And turned the radio up pretty high, so she wouldn't be able to hear it.
According to investigators, the woman fessed up to deputies and the boy's mother, Linda Hooper, about putting Nicholas in the trunk. Deputies say she drove the boy for 0.3 of a mile at a speed of less than 5 miles per hour.
She admitted, she made a mistake. She shouldn't have done it. And she said she won't do it again.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good enough for me. Yeah. Back to work.
She's not going to do it again.
Yeah, I won't do it again. Step right up with the kids.
So that's no punishment.
I've already promised on record I won't do it again. Just put him in my dungeon.
So no punishment at all. That's it. Slap on the wrist.
Well,
it's crazy. There's no punishment.
There's no punishment?
I don't know. I'm asking.
Yet,
I don't know. It didn't sound like there was going to be from him.
Yeah, the officer was pretty much sounding like, all's been taken care of.
She had her daycare license suspended, I think, is what happened.
Uh-huh. Is that really important when you're dropping a kid off at somebody's house that they have a daycare license? That's supposed to make you feel comfortable?
Yes, because they're registered then with the state and all that. That's what you're supposed to be able to do.
It's still pretty shady to me.
At least she was licensed.
It's a crapshoot, though. You're right. Definitely.
Dropping a kid off at someone's house. There's your daycare.
Same.
Hope they're nice to him.
It's daycare roulette out there, I'll tell you that.
No,
right
it is. Period. Wherever you drop them,
someone's house,
daycare.
you can't hear any screams.
Nothing.
They're chucking the kid in the car in the trunk. All right. Get to work.
But imagine, I'm not a dad, but if somebody did that to my kid, I think I would be a little more angry than this guy. Yeah. I can imagine if you're a father, you would not be happy.
I won't be taking him back to that place.
Somebody might be choked at some point, right? I mean,
hands around the throat is the proper next move once hearing about your child being thrown into the trunk of a car.
I would imagine.
Your child at age 4, where they're old enough to really understand fear, and they're old enough to really understand being in a scary situation. That's like the worst age I can probably think of to throw a kid in the car and not let him out. Oh, but you only went 1/3 of a mile.
5 miles an hour, nothing.
The tune's going.
Yeah, who's doing the safety dance back there?
I can imagine Terry if she got that news.
Oh, my God.
Now, is there anyone out there going to say, well, the kid was buying another kid in the back seat. What was she supposed to do? The kid deserved it.
There's nobody that will say that.
No.
Well, it's funny you say that, because the only reason I was setting it all up is someone's on the line already saying the kid deserved it.
Come on.
I mean, if you do have to drive home and if they are a danger to the other kid, then I guess there might be something to that.
Well, then maybe you're not capable of handling a multiple child daycare type environment.
True, but you still have to get home at some point with another child who's harmless, who's going to be harmed in the back seat.
Mm-hmm. Strapping them into the seats and they don't. Not able
how
to do
about
that.
No, this car don't got no seatbelts.
Car seats are required.
Lost those seatbelts back in '98.
Car seats are required until they're like 13, it seems like.
But yeah, there's a weight limit.
Brett, you think the kid deserved to be chucked in the trunk or what?
Yeah, I guarantee the kid deserved it.
Well, of course, not only did the kid
she's not
like
going to throw him in the trunk for no reason.
Right.
Not like she's driving around going 60 on the freeway.
Fine, she didn't throw him in
5
there
miles
for
an
no reason. That's something that you can, I guess, say is a fact of the story. But is there any reason that's justifiable to throw a 4-year-old in the trunk of a car against their will?
You ever been
It's
to
not
the
like
grocery
4-year-olds
store
doing
and
it
seen one of those
voluntarily.
kids acting up? I want to throw them in my trunk.
but also
Well,
too,
that's fine. If you the dad wants to do that, well, actually, that's not even acceptable. If
not these days.
CDS, what is it called?
CPS.
CPS.
Yeah, David Letterman comes over and scolds you.
If they find out about that, they'll probably take your kids away, or at least give you a nice harsh warning.
Right.
It'd be worse than what this woman got.
It would be better if it was if we had a story where a parent threw their own kid in the car. As bad a story as that may be, it would be better than some daycare dragon lady throwing the kid in the trunk of a car.
Yeah, but also I don't.
But Brett's cool with it.
Yeah, he's good.
Dragon lady.
Well, you throw a kid in the trunk of a car and you are a daycare specialist, so to speak. Well, then you qualify as a dragon lady.
I don't know. I kind of get it, though. If you have to get home and you have a kid who's freaking out and
put him in the trunk
and endangering
really get it?
another
In the
kid, I mean, you
trunk?
kind of get it, right?
No.
If he bites that kid's finger off, what do you
Well,
tell the other
not only
mom?
did
Oh,
he do that, but he also apparently slammed the car door of the daycare provider. Her fingers in the door.
Whatever happened to pulling over on the shoulder,
right?
Grabbing the kids by the shoulder, screaming in his face so spit is flying everywhere on him,
Right.
and then just scaring the life out of him, as opposed to throwing him in the trunk of a car. Whatever happened to the good old days of that?
But if that doesn't work, though, I mean, she's like at her wit's end, it sounds like.
Believe me, her coffee breath screaming at him with spit flying everywhere is going to get him to stop biting.
Well, you can't be at your wit's end if that's your job.
Her coffee breath combined with crack and morning breath is
Right.
going to straighten this kid out. But Brett is totally cool with his children being chucked in the trunk of a car by a...
she's not driving around NASCAR. They said she was going 3 miles an hour.
Oh, NASCAR, Brett wouldn't hear of it.
Right.
But because it was a slow rate of speed, and it's nothing to do with being trapped in the confines of a trunk, which... I don't know. Some people, most people, I would think, even if you're not claustrophobic, you get claustrophobic if you're in the trunk of a car.
Not good.
You don't have to have claustrophobia to feel a little restricted in the trunk of a car.
True.
Have you ever been locked in the trunk of a car, Terry?
No.
Okay.
Don't want to, because I can imagine that I would probably freak out.
You tend to panic a little bit.
Yeah.
You'd be happy you're 5 feet, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, a few times it paid off for you.
Well,
But then you just get used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're like, Dad, all right, come on, isn't this enough already?
Right. Quit going over the bumps.
Having some bad flashbacks. Lacey wants to give her thoughts on this. Yes, Lacey.
Yeah, if someone locked my kid into a trunk, I'd strangle him. There's no way you can be that calm after someone locked your kid into a trunk.
Well, don't say no way.
Because
here it is.
And why aren't they charging her with something? Because where I'm from, if someone locked a kid into a trunk, they'd not only would they take their license from them, they'd go to jail. Because it's called child abuse.
Oh.
Never heard of it. No, not familiar with it. No, sorry. Don't say it's not possible to not be outraged, because here's the level of outrage by this dad.
I was pretty pissed, and I said that.
Don't get this guy really upset, because he sounds like he has a very bad temper.
I was pretty pissed, and I said that she ain't gonna be watching him no more.
In defense of the daycare
Pissed
provider.
I was when my Xbox broke.
In defense of the daycare provider,
In
what?
defense of the daycare provider, the parents also have to take some responsibility for the actions of their of the child.
God, he's possessed.
You know,
Fine. You can be told at the end of the day that your child's an absolute terror, and I am refusing to watch him.
Right.
But you don't need to hear that because your child was a terror, I threw him in the trunk of the car.
No, I agree with you on that.
It's like, fine, I get the part my child was a terror, but the part where you told me you threw him in the trunk of the car, that's why my hands are
around your neck,
squeezing the life out of you right now.
I gotcha.
In case you were wondering why you can't breathe right now,
this is it.
That was the part that I didn't like.
I picture my wife yelling at me to put him down and don't put him in the trunk when I'm picking up the daycare provider and trying to drag her into the trunk.
I was pretty pissed, and I said that she ain't gonna be watching him no more.
But luckily I have this really good buzz going right now, so I'm totally cool.
Get me sober and I'll really go off.
I'm not even going to attempt to try to pronounce what Pasty put up there on the call board for this.
Man.
We're not even going to sound it out.
Whoa. What's your name? What's your name, love? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, who's this?
This is Tracy.
Tracy. So why did he throw it?
Easy.
You always call me Tracy every time I call. It's Tracy.
Well, you know what? Just write Tracy.
No, it's... What
I
is
don't
it?
care what it is. It sounds like Tracy. It sounds close enough to Tracy.
Oh.
But it's Tracy.
It's Tracy.
Yeah, but the fact that he put Triciey, it's like...
I called him before for the Superwoman costume, and you called me Tracy the entire time. That's not my name.
Okay, you know what? I don't think anyone really cares.
To my point.
Tracy's a dumb name anyway.
What can I do for you, Tracy?
So, I work in a daycare.
You work at a daycare?
I work at a daycare.
Yes.
With the most annoying kids in the entire world.
I'm sure every kid, every job you work for, you're in the most annoying place ever. So, yes, we get it.
No, I work at a Christian daycare, so our boss, takes all these kids that, most people won't take.
Oh, those little religious kids, screw them, throw them in the trunk. Yes. Okay, so what's your point here? That you understand this woman's plight?
No. The point, we have the most annoying kids in the world. I've had a situation where I was driving on a field trip, and there were two kids in the backseat of my car, and the boy and a girl, and the boy was saying, I have Spider-Man shoes, and the other one's like, I have Dora shoes, for repeating for 20 minutes straight. I did not throw them in the trunk of my car. We have kids who plucking their eyes out.
That sounds awful.
That's just what little kids do. The same things over and over again.
That's what you signed up for.
Yeah, exactly.
To be just bombarded with one annoyance after the other by, if they're not acting out, they got a little snot bubble that's driving you crazy. I mean, that's what comes with the territory.
Exactly, I get that. So I was throw the kid in the backseat. There's no excuse at all. You don't throw a kid in the trunk of the car because they're acting annoying. That's your job.
Well, she's going to say, I guarantee you, if the daycare lady was on the air defending herself, she would say, I was protecting the other child.
No, there is no... We have one kid at our job who hits everyone. Literally, that's all he does. But we don't throw him in the trunk.
So how is my boy? All right, so how do you handle the kid who hits everybody?
We put him on timeout, and then we teach the other kids.
Oh, yeah, that very effective timeout. I never do it again until 2 minutes from now.
Exactly.
We're not going to throw him in the trunk of a car. I'm sorry.
I love the timeout. I love when my wife puts our 2-year-old in timeout, Jay, because he learned so much from timeout.
Does he?
I will never do it again until, right now.
Yeah, I hate sitting in a chair for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And we teach the other kids to tell him, when he doesn't say no. And actually, when the other kids say no, he kind of gets scared, so he kind of just runs away. But you don't throw them in the trunk. There's absolutely no excuse or no reason to ever throw a kid in the trunk of a car. And I have some of the most crackhead kids in my job, and there's no reason.
Wow, that's nice to call them
Sounds like you might have got a couple of their stash allotments there. Anyway, Tracy, thank you so much for contributing to the program, baby.
You're welcome.
I'm
glad you got my name right this time. Thanks.
What are you going to do this weekend to kind of venture out from the norm of your harrowing life that you have to lead on a day-to-day basis?
It's my best friend's birthday this weekend.
Oh, cool.
And she, by the way, wanted me to tell you, I'm not even sure if you remember, but when I called her before, you said she had fat milkers, and she wanted to say she didn't.
She doesn't have big fat milkers?
No.
All right, well, thanks for the call. Goodbye.
Gotta go.
You're right. Next call. 1-866. Now, I have a guy on the line who claims that he's been listening to the show, and he claims that he's the dad.
Stop it.
He was a dickhead.
Feel that coming.
Yep. Now, of course, everyone tries to do their best to contribute and get on quicker than the other callers that have been waiting, and this may be a crafty way to have a little fun on the air. But it could be, Terry. Mm-hmm. It could be the dad whose son got thrown in the trunk of a car because he was biting everyone.
I was pretty pissed, and I said that she ain't going to be watching him no more.
Calm down.
Yeah.
So you want to talk to the dude who says he's the dad who you just heard from?
Sure.
Pay my daycare bill.
Yeah. I sent it in.
Brian, what's up? You say you're the dad?
Yes, I am. I am the dad. Hello?
He doesn't sound anything
like it. Play the cut again. I want to hear this, Dad.
I don't have to play it again. He doesn't sound anything like the audio clip. This is just going to be a guy trying to yank our chain. You know I love that kind of stuff, Terry. All right, well, let me play the clip one more time. Yes. Let's see if Brian can try to refocus and sound more like the dad.
I was pretty pissed, and I said that she ain't going to be watching him no more.
Did you hear that, Brian?
Yeah, I heard that. Hello?
Yeah, you don't sound anything close to that guy.
Well, That's my kid's brother.
That's your kid's brother.
That's
Yeah,
the young.
so it's not
That's
the
the
dad.
older brother.
It's not the
That's
dad.
like the teenage brother of the little kid or whatever.
Why am I lost? I thought the reporter in this story said he had interviewed the dad.
No, that's not the dad.
Oh, well, then let me talk to the kid's brother then, or whatever that guy was. That's the guy.
Yeah. That's
Then why did they?
Nicholas's.
Why did they portray the guy that we heard from in the story as you?
Because he lives in a different town than I do.
Why did the reporter make the people who are watching the story think that was the dad?
I don't know that, but
Well, let me hear the story again, and maybe I just took it for granted that they were interviewing the dad.
He sounds young for a dad.
Yeah, he sounded really young.
But it sounds like...
from the beginning.
I spoke with the boy's family, and they are very upset.
Oh, well, that's a stretch, man.
Yeah.
I spoke to his cousin.
Well, it's family.
Yeah.
That's stupid. That really misled us.
I spoke to his third cousin once removed, and he's pissed.
We're easily misled.
It's investigative reporting.
I assumed they were talking to the dad, although it didn't really sound fatherly. But, all right, this is the actual dad. You're the actual dad of this kid?
Yes, I am.
And what do you want to say?
Real live dad.
What's that?
What do you want to say?
Well, I want to say that this is kind of... I hope it's being pressed where she's going to get prosecuted. I'm trying to follow everything, and...
All right, so you have the right attitude here, as a father would whose son got tossed into the trunk of the car at age 4.
Yeah, it's my worst fear. It's my only child, and, you know, his mom lives out of town across the bridge from where I do.
Well, if you hear the... where's the police officer? He sounded like he was pretty much done with the case already.
It sounds like it is done.
Yeah, let me play that part.
That's of a mile at a speed of less than 5 miles per hour.
She admitted, she made a mistake. She shouldn't have done it. And she said she won't do it again.
Okay, so all's forgiven.
It's amazing that that's all that there is.
That's the police. That's the police officer's comments.
And that's all wrong. I'm hoping to get it prosecuted to the fullest.
All right.
You know, she can find my kid in the trunk of a car, so I believe she needs to be confined.
Mm-hmm.
Eye for an eye.
Oh, jeez. So you're drawing up some blueprints for what you're going to do to her this weekend? Because that's probably not the best way to go about this, but... I
think he means jail, I'm hoping.
I think he's thinking
put her
of...
in a trunk,
Yeah, I think he's thinking of capturing her this weekend.
That's only fair, really.
I told my 4-year-old son that when bad people do things to other people, they need to go to jail.
Yeah, what has your son said about this? How long did he say he was... Well, not that he's really... the best judge of as far as concept of time, but it must have felt like an eternity. Is he having any nightmares? Is there any repercussions that you're seeing, or what?
See, we don't know that yet. And, you know, I've had him since the day it happened, so he's.
Well, how long ago did this happen? I thought it just happened like yesterday or something.
No, it happened on the 13th
of November.
Yes.
All right, so about a week or so ago.
Yeah. Well, no,
3 days ago.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, whatever. What's today? I don't even know. Anyway.
3 days ago.
All right. So you've had him since it happened. So you took him because you think you're best to handle this situation, and he's not with his mom right now because of this, or what?
No, just till she can find another daycare.
Oh,
and,
I see. Yeah, she chose poorly with the first one.
Well, no, this lady... I guess he'd been going there for almost 2 years and, heard good things about this lady until this point, but...
Well, you didn't maybe know about anything until now. I would think that if she's capable of throwing him in the trunk of a car on one day, it's not like she was great for the first year and 11 months and 30 days.
And then all of a sudden, bam, out of nowhere.
All of a sudden she snapped. It makes you question a little bit how exactly she went about caring for your child for the past 2 years, don't you think?
Well,
I know you don't want to think about that.
But that's a good point.
But you're trying to say, well, she was a great daycare lady for 2 years and this was just a bad incident. I would think that after hearing about this that I have to wonder what the hell's been going on for the past 2 years.
Right.
You don't all of a sudden acquire this type of ability after being a great daycare lady for 2 years.
Well, now we're learning that she's got 2 other charges against her.
Okay, so as I said, and you kind of disputed, your wife chose poorly.
Oh, no, we heard good things about her, T-Man.
With her first selection of daycare, your wife chose poorly, so you may want to be part of the process. He's going to fight it again?
I know.
Right,
oh, no,
like
she was great.
No,
best choice we could ever made.
I'm not even going to point the finger in that direction.
No, listen. When I no.
Retrospect, though.
Listen carefully. When I say your wife chose poorly, say, oh, that's an understatement, T-Man. Brian, your wife chose poorly with her first selection
of daycare options?
I'm not even going to get into that part of it.
That's where you say, that's an understatement, T-Man.
That's an understatement, T-Man.
Your child
was
was harmed, so apparently you have to think it was a poor choice, right?
Right.
If she has bad judgment like this, all of a sudden one day she didn't wake up with bad judgment. She's obviously been a lady who's been one who's capable of bad judgment for the past 2 years. Now, maybe you didn't pick up on anything, maybe you weren't aware of it, and maybe she just had the worst day of her life 3 days ago. Hopefully that's the case. But even if that is the case, it makes me wonder what things could have happened, even if they're not as bad as this over the past 2 years.
Correct.
But you can't blame your wife.
If at all at that case.
Of course you blame your wife.
I mean, because at the time, they didn't know anything about this stuff.
Well,
so, I mean, in retrospect, you can't say, I'm going to blame you for making this decision that we probably made together. I mean, that doesn't seem right.
You chose poorly when you chose me, and now this daycare lady.
I'm not
bad choices.
I mean, you're looking, you have to blame somebody for this on all occasions. It's really not her fault that they're at this daycare.
All right, you know what? Everyone calm down. Brian?
Hey, T-Man.
Yes, Brian.
T-Man doesn't even know what we're talking about anymore.
Yes, Brian.
I'm not blaming his mother for anything.
Okay, well that's very nice of you. And
it's not even in that direction.
All right.
The direction is
I'm blaming her. She chose poorly. But there's only so much blame that a person can be given in that kind of. Don't sigh at me, Brian.
He's so irritated.
Don't sigh at me.
I think
she chose poorly.
I think there may be. Obviously, they're living apart, so maybe there are some issues.
You sighed at me again, Terry.
I know he did, regarding the relationship. So he's trying to remain non-accusatory.
Obviously, that we're getting off on the main track. The main track is the focus on my child.
I'm not saying this is a grudge you hold forever against your wife. I'm not saying you even harbor any kind of after effects. But the reality is, she chose poorly. That's it.
No. I'm not even.
No, she chose great.
Yeah, best choice ever.
Well,
5-star selection.
Can't think of a better daycare, actually.
You guys.
Yeah, I'm looking at a better daycare, and the whole direction is
better choice.
Right. But you don't know these things are going to happen.
I understand. Hello.
Well, because it can happen at any type of daycare, not just a home.
Yes, it could. Not happen anywhere.
Are you serious?
Not if you choose wisely.
Right. Well, you could choose to go to this place, and then for a year, and then they bring in maybe a new staff member.
Exactly.
A year later, then what are you going to do?
Then you find out about this new
and they're
staff
fine.
member, and
they're clean.
You decide whether to continue sending your child there or not.
It seems like they're fine.
Well, it seems
there's
like
there's no information that would indicate otherwise. So how is that choosing poorly?
You chose poorly.
Well, I guess my main thing is I'm just
woman.
looking in the
chose
direction
poorly
of,
because your son wound up in the trunk of a car, kicking and screaming for dear life.
Well,
bottom line, really.
Okay?
It's
obviously
to me,
not good.
That to me tells me you chose poorly.
Right. No, it was
not that it's her fault, but you chose poorly.
But by saying she chose poorly, you're indicating that it's her fault. That
to some degree, yes. To some small degree that you can't hold against her, but she chose poorly. All right? It can happen to anybody. I'll say that. It can happen to anybody, but you chose poorly.
T-Man?
Yes.
Basically,
Don't sigh at me, Brian.
Steven's about to sigh at you, too.
He's all about sighing at you, by the way.
It can happen to anyone except me. My kid ain't wind up in the trunk of a car unless I'm putting him there.
Oh, gosh.
All right?
All right.
But you don't know that.
And I know I'm not putting him there.
But you don't know that something's not going to happen at some point.
If he pisses me off, I'll put myself there. Leave me alone. I'm going in the trunk.
Trying to get away from you.
Now, listen to me.
I think that's all wrong.
She chose poorly. Now, I'm not trying to take the onus off this daycare lady.
Right.
Stop signing me, Terry. I'm not trying to take the finger from pointing away from this lady. Obviously, this is way much of an issue of the daycare lady herself. But it's still part of the equation, to whatever degree, that the wife chose poorly. The kid wound up in the trunk of a car.
Hey, T-Man?
Yes.
Sir?
Yes.
I know.
We're getting off the direction of the kid. I think the kid my child needs to get over this.
No, I'm looking at more of the kid.
Yeah, you're not in court, Brian.
Huh?
But, Brian, how did you not go back to the daycare and choke the first person you saw working there? How could you contain yourself? That's what I don't understand.
Because his mom wouldn't tell me where the daycare was.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like you don't have really any knowledge or have never been to this daycare before.
No.
Why not?
She didn't choose poorly.
No, seriously, that's why are you not?
Partly it's his fault then. If you're going to place the blame on her for choosing poorly, you need to blame him for not ever checking it out.
Hey, don't blame an innocent man. Terry's wondering.
Hey, if you're so involved in your child, I mean, which it sounds like he is, you know the schools, where your children go. You meet these people.
We don't walk up there and say, "Hey, you guys going to put a kid in the car today?" No,
all right, see,
it's
that's our point. It's not even that. You just meet them, and for yourself.
And you get a feel. You get a parental instinct that what's-her-face loves talking about on Oprah's show.
Right.
Jenny McCarthy. That parental instinct's supposed to tell you maybe there's something not right about this daycare.
Right.
And you're saying Brian didn't take the time to go investigate where his...
I want to know why he didn't.
Brian, you want to answer that or no? Now you're being put under the microscope a little bit by Terry.
Well, I don't think this is kind of like a witch hunt. I mean...
It's not a witch. I'm just asking...
to a 4-year-old, and he's across the bridge, and I work for a living, so
most people.
Brian's saying he would have loved to have been keeping tabs more on his child, but the way situations have worked itself out with the breakup between him and his baby's mom and his work schedule, it wasn't allowed.
So there's never been a time where you could in 2 years say, "Hey, it is important for me to find out who is caring for my at the time 2-year-old and get to know this person and let this person know who I am."
You'd love to go back to the wife chose poorly now, wouldn't you, Brian?
Yeah, that was a lot easier.
But even if he did all that,
now that Terry's focusing...
is that not a legitimate question?
I think it is.
Well, I don't know why you're putting the onus on Brian, Terry.
Because he is a parent?
Brian's been through a lot. Brian's ex-wife or wife, whatever the case is, has been through a lot. The child has been through that much more and then some. The Dragon Lady daycare woman is due for a lot to come as far as I'm concerned.
She's the one who really, really chose poorly.
Okay, yes.
That's the bottom line.
No question about that, Terry.
Right.
That doesn't mean the wife didn't choose poorly.
She admitted, she made a mistake. She shouldn't have done it. And she said she won't do it again.
Brian, would you like to leave us with a final thought? If you do, the floor is yours, sir. Here's a time for your final thought. Go ahead.
My final thought is I'm worried about my kid, and I just hope he gets through it.
Well, I think your kid is going to be pretty resilient. I think kids can be tougher than you would imagine. And if not, take them for therapy. But I think that is the right focus that Brian should be having right now. The first thought is to make sure his kid is okay mentally, obviously physically. He seems to be okay, right, Brian?
Yes, sir.
Okay, your kid seems to be okay physically, and now your worries are of a mental nature, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The future outcome of what's going to happen, yes.
Is that the extent of your final thought?
I just hope that more parents, do more background checks on private daycare and or...
There you go. Don't choose poorly.
Yes.
Oh!
Well, I don't want to point the finger to you, man, but...
Brian, I'm sorry.
But I don't know why you have to point the finger.
I'm sorry that this happened to you and your son.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much.
Take care, sir.
Okay.
There he goes.
Grant, I'm sure the mother feels very bad, too. That she probably is saying, "Oh, my gosh, I put my child in jeopardy."
Homework. Give your kid over to a Dragon Lady and wonder what the hell's going on there.
But the point is, you can do homework and this stuff can still happen.
Don't even go there.
Anything can happen at any time in this world.
There
yes, if you want to go with that big blanket to throw over the whole globe, fine. You do your homework, the chances decrease. End of story. Now Brian's worried about his kid's mental health. Start playing with him, toss a little towel over his head. He starts screaming. You're wondering why.
He ain't sleeping in no tent when we go camping.
He can't. He can't have the lights off for the next 6 years in his bedroom.
Yeah, the elephant has a long nose. Don't say trunk. You'll freak out.
There's a lot that needs to be worked on with this 4-year-old, unfortunately, because of the Dragon Lady daycare woman that apparently is getting some kind of free pass here.
She admitted, she made a mistake. She shouldn't have done it. And she said she won't do it again.
The T-Man Show.